Hello, Philadelphia! I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gargano Show!
Yeah! Live from the Xfinity Studios. Welcome in. This is the Anthony Gargano Show. I love our little guy, our little dude, our all-city little guy that gives us the Xfinity Studio. Welcome. Good morning. Hope you battle the raindrops. What is it about this town when it rains? We just forget how to drive. This traffic was crazy. And it wasn't even like a big storm. Anyway, good morning. Great effort last night by Cristopher Sanchez. You know, the last two games against a very good Seattle team has heartened us. I mean, look, am I still concerned about losing the best pitcher in baseball? Yeah. But we saw the last two games against a good team that you can't write them off. Like, this team still has a chance. That when you look at it, they still have an ace, right? They might have lost one ace, but they still have another. And Cristopher Sanchez last night showed you exactly against a really good lineup, top to bottom, a terrific Seattle lineup. And he just had some great wicked stuff. I mean, they were flailing. 12 strikeouts for Sanchez last night. And they were flailing at him. They could not get a beat on him. He's terrific. You got some good timely hitting. After Kirkering gave up the lead, you come back. And, you know, that's going to be the recipe. Can you get some clutch hitting? Can you get enough behind Sanchez? Luzardo goes today in the series finale. You got to have Luzardo, and then you got to hope that one of the right-handers, whether it's Nola, whether it's Painter, and I think he'll be up soon, you got to hope that one of those right-handers kind of can give you something real. Because then you have Ranger, right? Because Ranger looked great on Monday night. So, you know, I'd like to have one of the right-handers in the rotation. If you got to go three lefties, then so be it. But, you know, it's going to come down to, can they get timely hitting in October? It's not over with Zach Wheeler. But, you know, I mean, I'm still hoping. I'm hoping there's some magic. That the story is, hey, they lose their ace and they win it for their ace, Zach Wheeler. So it's still there. Eagles, lots of injuries yesterday. Johnny Wilson got carted off. No AJ. He's still sidelined with the hamstring. No Devontae. So, you know, I know the AJ Brown injury is nothing to worry about. You know, so I'm not concerned really about that. You know, we know the nature of the hamstring, but I'm not really, you know, I'm not in panic mode about that. But there's a lot of nicks going on, and now it's closer. And now all of a sudden, there's a lot of scuttlebutt surrounding Micah Parsons, and that Micah may not play week one. The thought process is that he still returns to the Cowboys, but it may not be before week one against the Birds. So we could be looking at a Micah-less Cowboys team coming in to start the season. I saw the schedule because now they're previewing the schedule, right? I watched the game Monday night, and they're looking ahead Thursday night to open the season, and then Friday night in Brazil with the Chiefs. It's just about here, VG.
Can't wait, dude. Can't wait.
It's just about here.
Can't wait. I'm over the preseason. It's a good last day of training camp. This morning stunk for all of us. Driving, walking the dog. It's a nightmare. I don't know what happens when the rain hits.
Yeah, we suddenly get paralyzed.
Everyone's brain just shuts off.
Yeah.
They just don't know what to do. But it's a good final day of training camp. A little rain, a little chilly.
No, the weather's good.
Yeah.
The weather's actually been great.
Yeah.
we had practice last night, football practice last night, and I was sitting out there and it was cool. I'm like, man,
nice.
this is all right.
Yeah.
All right, this is all right.
Yeah, I take the dogs for a late night walk, like 10 o'clock. It's nice out.
Yeah,
It feels good.
yeah. So how'd you feel last night? I mean, Sanchez looked good. I mean, this is a great day to take temperatures, right? Last day of training camp, Phillies after what they've been going through, and Sanchez was just marvelous.
He's ridiculous.
He really is.
He really.
He's the Cy
And it's a
Young.
guy who just came from nowhere. I mean, this is a nobody a couple years ago.
JT, who's been giving you some good at bat.
What?
Right?
Yeah.
JT's been terrific.
I killed him early in the year. I apologize.
Yeah, and who told you to relax on JT?
Jimmy Steaks.
Yeah, I don't think so. And listen, he should be the Cy Young Award winner. Like he's been that good. JT said after the game, well, he's been doing it for a long time. To your point, not like this.
No.
I mean, this is.
I mean, every week there's a feature on MLB Network. I got one as a Nog I want to play. If you want to take a breath, if you want a little breather, see Al Leiter gush over Chris Sanchez. We could do that now. I mean, I got a minute long little.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I'm in Sanchez mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love. You know what I love? Like a couple things in sports that I just love. I love quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love watching quarterbacks, whatever the level they are. I love watching quarterbacks. I love watching like great skilled hockey players.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like that's why I'm in love with Mitch Garver,
yeah.
right? Like I'm completely in love. Just when he's on when it's his shift, I'm glued.
You gotta be.
I'm glued.
Yeah.
Because you never know what he's going to do. I mean, crazy
He's
stuff.
just so skilled with his stick. You never know what you're going to see.
He's unbelievable. It was like watching, McDavid.
Yes.
And,
Like we know from Lindros back in the day.
But Lindros was almost a tank.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The skill
Right.
is ridiculous. So
I don't
like
know if we've ever
that.
had that in Philadelphia.
No.
In my lifetime, skill like this.
No, I don't remember that.
Mark Howell, maybe.
Yeah, from the back end.
Yeah.
But I like watching shooters in basketball. Like there's nothing better than you see the beautiful arc come up.
Yeah.
Dip the holy water.
Yeah.
And twinkle.
I've worn 22 in almost every sport because Andrew Toney has just blown away by his shot.
And then pitching.
Yeah.
And when you see an artful pitcher, it takes me back to when I was a little kid. The first time I fell in love with pitching was watching Carlton on Sundays, right? Like we were young and you don't really know the mechanics and everything. And watching Steve Carlton, and you remember this, we were the only ones in here who remember, but he would go up against every ace. Sunday was always like the ace day.
Him and Steve Rogers of the Expos.
Right. Woo! Like they would go at it. John Candelaria of the Pirates.
Yes.
And watching Carlton pitch was just amazing, right? Like because you're always put yourself in the place of the batter. Like, is it possible? Like, how would you approach to hit him? And we've had some great pitching. Phillies, in 2011 when they had those 4 races, and in reality, Doc and Lee and Hamels, like that, watching those 3 was
very lucky to have that.
Incredible. And then watching Wheeler all these years.
Even Chilling.
And
Chilling was
but
legit.
watching Wheeler now and watching Sanchez this year, I look forward to his starts.
Yeah, yes.
Yesterday we said take the over his strikeouts, remember?
We had everything. I mean, we hit plus 300.
Yeah. We said, and I love the strikeouts because Seattle strikes out as a team. I think he had the over by the 3rd inning.
He had 9 in the 3rd inning, it felt like, or 7. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, part of my plan, I was on the Sanchez rotation his first year up. And me and my buddies, I go with 2 buddies at games. We're just like, oh, Sanchez again. And now we're so excited to see Sanchez pitch if we get lucky enough. It's wild. But Leiter breaks it down. But I think we should watch it. But I never noticed. He breaks down how Sanchez hides the ball behind his chest the whole time so you can barely see it when it comes out.
Yeah, and as a hitter, you're looking for some kind of read.
Yeah.
You're looking for some kind of read to pick up early, and his stuff is just magical stuff, man. And watching him against great hitters, like they go And if you look at that lineup,
Wow. I mean, they hit what? The most home runs or second most home runs?
Arozarena, Dumper, Julio's unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
But Suarez,
Yeah.
I mean, Naylor, they're just legit. I actually love that team as a lineup.
I mean, they have the second best odds maybe to go into the World Series from the American League. They're a legit team.
Dude, they shut them down, man.
They take the series. I mean, that's
a
legit.
big deal, especially coming off of the great disappointment. Teams should go through a funk when they lose their ace like that.
I'm looking at the Dodgers last year. Well, Wheeler's way better than Glasnow, but that was supposed to be their big ace, and he went down, and the Dodgers still won. So I'm looking at that as inspiration this year.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, it's good, very good, VG.
Yeah. I think they're going to rally. And the bats, the Topper stuff was a little like, I don't know. He's getting crushed again.
Yeah, I don't get it.
The only thing I had a problem with, Kirk Green pitched the night before. I didn't think he was going to come in last night.
Yeah, I
may have led off with that.
Second straight day.
He had a big night, went toe-to-toe with the Dumper, struck him out with a fastball.
I don't know. I come back with him either. I agree with that.
Yeah, that was but you had to take Sanchez out at that point.
That's not kill worthy. You had to take him out.
No.
And there's just so many people you trust, you know?
Yeah.
Leading up to Durantula. Look at this text message.
I'm seeing. Well, I mean, you see, Shefty yesterday said they're headed for divorce.
Yeah. Well, we know we have sources beyond Shefty.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Which would be even better.
I asked someone who's very deep in the know for Micah Parsons, and I said to him, "Do you think he plays week 1?" And his answer was 2 letters, no, N-O. Wow, man, that's unbelievable.
Can't wait for this
Mike.
beat down on week 1.
No, Mike, at all. Because all along I'm thinking he's got to sign him. He's got to give him the money.
They're not even talking, they say. The reports are they're not even talking.
They haven't talked.
What?
No, I don't even I don't understand it. Like usually and I can tell you, I've been covering this thing for a long time. The rhythm is, the vet gets to pick the day as to when he comes into camp, right? Like, gets done. And there's a rhythm. Like, you got to get it done before the season. Not this. Jerry just doesn't care.
Like, even with Howie's track record, next year, if Jalen Carter is sitting out and we're in this situation and they're not even talking at this point, Howie's going to feel some public heat.
Yeah.
Jerry's just cruising around in Jerry world.
I wonder after this whole Netflix special has come out, and that Jerry's talking about, there's no such thing as bad publicity, the whole thing. I wonder if he's using this thing like doubling down, saying, "Nah, man, we're not even talking." Like,
who would want to go there? Who would want to be drafted there? Who would want to sign there?
But you've seen those clips from Netflix, from that Netflix special.
Yeah.
From that docuseries.
Yeah, he seems like he's out of his mind.
Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. All right. I just had to share that with you because that was some interesting, I mean, when he said no, because I had talked to this guy earlier in the week and he's like, yeah, I still think it gets done, but, we'll see. And then when I checked back this morning and he just said, no, he's not playing. Wow. All right. I like it. Back to Sanchez. Let's take a look at Sanchez. And I love Leiter gushing over him because that's what I was doing last night.
This is early in the game, but his base is loaded. Cristopher Sanchez, as we said, is having a heck of a year for the Phillies. Let's go through this Jung-Ho Lee at bat.
The Jung Hooligans.
Okay, so he goes. Now the thing about Sanchez to me is
he's filthy.
Okay, stop.
Man.
Stop. Play it to where he lands, please. So here's a lot of these look like he is. Stop. Yes, he is way across his body. If
I
we
know.
Had it, if
it's like
we
Madison
had it
Bumgarner.
Yes, this is really hard, especially against left on left. He has got unbelievable deception. Yes, he throws 95. He's got great breaker and changeup. But this is really hiding the baseball. We'll talk about that a lot. It's like, hey, why is he not getting a good look at it? Because he's hiding it. Matter of fact, we're going to do Brandon Woodruff, and he does a great job on it. So these balls look like they're cutting. This is his four-seam fastball, and he's running it in. And then the changeup, beautiful changeup down. You see the reaction of Lee, and then he throws it again. Like, that's a money pitch, great arm speed, which is what the hitters get deceived on. They see fastball, and same arm speed. Here comes the changeup. Okay, Matt Boyd.
I love that stuff.
Dude, yeah,
I love that.
They
stuff.
do a great job breaking it.
It is amazing how, if you look at how his deception is and how behind his body is.
Yeah, you can't catch the ball, a glimpse of it till the last minute.
And then it just goes.
Yeah.
Those lefties, man. I wish I threw left-handed.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always been jealous of the lefty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every sport or just baseball?
Baseball, really.
Yeah.
But the lefty, I don't know, lefty hitters, their swing looks better, whether it's golf or baseball. Their swing just looks
interesting.
better.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I remember talking to someone, your dominant hand, your strong hand is like, because I'm right-handed, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's your power hand.
Right.
But your power hand is underneath, and you get so much more juice when it's your front hand.
Right.
But I always hit right-handed.
Shouldn't you? If your right hand's your power hand, shouldn't you?
Yeah, but there's a thought that, you should be able to hit left-handed because this is your power hand.
I never understood how people could do both.
Yeah,
I
I know.
I can't.
Well, because
I look like I have like reflex issues if I try and bat
right. But if you just did this, it looks natural. It's when you put your top hand on top of it and then load, right? But if you just get it out in front of you, because this is how you're hit left-handed.
Yeah. I'm both.
You hit both?
You can swing both?
Well, I do.
Switch hitter?
Well, yes and no. I do. I can do a lot of stuff with my left and my right, so not just swinging.
You're ambidextrous?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I can do a lot with my left. I can't swing a baseball bat, but like I usually eat and cut with because
my right. I do.
I had
everything.
a basketball coach who was like, "You got to start doing everything with your left hand." So I started doing that at like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do everything with my left.
I can't
right left.
I can't right left hand.
Yeah.
I can't even hold the pen right in my left. It doesn't even.
I can't do that with my right. I can't hold a pen in my right hand.
Well, then you're naturally left-handed.
I'm naturally left-handed, yeah. But with my brother growing up, I had to learn right-handed, but I can do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you swing a golf club left-handed?
Oh, I'll do right, but I could do left.
Wow. Yeah. I was always jealous of
that. We have to do a demo at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about and guys that throw left, man, they just have a prettier delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see it? Like it's.
I mean, I've seen it, obviously. I've never noticed how much
better. It flows. It just looks, I don't know.
All right.
It always looks better. Like my buddy Vinny's is left-handed. He has a nice swing. He swings a beautiful golf club. Like he just, his swing.
And he's a lefty?
Yeah, and he can hit it a mile, and it's all about his coil, and it's left-handed. And it's just, it's nice. Anyway, but what a night from Sanchez. If we're going to take our temperature, and let's start with Phillies, because after the news, we saw these two games. Now, if you extrapolate to October,
yes,
can what you saw these last two games against a very good team translate into a long run?
I believe so. I mean, if we saw it happen against the Orioles, I'd be a little concerned. But no, I think this is a great team that they just played. Not a great team, but as good as any American League team.
So, you got game one starter. The only thing that I'm still like leery about, which is obvious, is you got your game one starter and you really don't know who 2, 3, and 4 are going to be.
Right. Today's a big day. I think today's a big day from the Lizard.
Well,
that'd be two solid starts.
You got one big day from Ranger.
Yeah.
You got to figure out who's the right-hander.
Lizard's last outing was decent. So like
if you got to go lefty, then so be it.
Yeah, I mean you got to play the cards you got.
I mean there's a chance you're going to have to throw the 3 left-handers.
Yeah,
in games 1, 2, and 3.
And I'm going to say with Nola, I don't know why JT wasn't calling that game. Like, you say what you want. I think it's.
You know what I look at?
It's a little something.
Stuff, and I look at Velo.
No, I know.
And it wasn't.
I know.
So It doesn't matter if
Well,
Joey's catching.
I'm holding out hope that
It doesn't matter.
with JT back there, we're going to see a little better Aaron Nola.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You've got no hope.
No, I mean, I just got to see the stuff.
I'm usually the dread one.
No, but I mean, because I can't get over the stuff. Who's behind the plate doesn't matter if the stuff's not there. Like if your velo's down like that.
No, like I get that, but there's a certain head thing. I mean,
No,
it's baseball, it's pitchers. There's a lot of head stuff.
There is, except when it comes to velocity.
Well, yeah, but he's got to paint the corners and stuff. I'm just saying, I'm looking for a nugget to shine on this.
Yeah, I hear you. I can't go. I can't be delusional. I mean, I got to see something. I didn't see anything other than a good first
2 innings.
I mean, it was okay. Second inning. I mean, there was one loud out in the second inning. I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Two
anyway.
clean innings, didn't he?
Yeah, but there was a loud out in the second inning.
I get it, but it's out and out.
No, it's not. Not when you get rocked in the third. All right, lots to get to. Bo Wulf is going to join us, and I want to talk. There's a lot of injuries, a lot of news happening with the Birds, and today is the last day of training camp. It becomes, we kind of flip the page. You got the last preseason game coming up on Friday. Tomorrow will be like a walkthrough. And then it's on to week one, man. So let's take the temperature, what we saw this summer, and we got Bo coming up. Looking forward to it on the Xfinity guest line.
I like the Xfinity guest line.
Guest line, I like a lot. Yeah. Let's talk about some of our friends.
All right, TrueMark. Parents, pay attention because TrueMark Financial's got something you need to get involved with your kids. Your kids are here, the summer's here, your kids are out and about for a couple more days maybe, and maybe they picked up some summer jobs, picked up some money over the summer from some generous uncles, graduation, birthdays, or if they just have a part-time job and allowances throughout the year. This Greenlight debit card and money app is a genius idea by TrueMark Financial. And if you're a TrueMark Financial member, it's totally free. The Greenlight account for your kids, it's a simple way for them to manage their own money, whether it's from a job allowance, birthday cash, whatever. They get their own debit card. They can set savings goals, track their spending, learn how to budget, all while you stay in the loop from your phone. So you're still in control, but they get to learn how money really works in everyday life, and they feel like they're making their own decisions, which they are. So before the summer rush is gone, this is a great way to help your kids build those smart money habits that'll stick with them long after the season's over. Head over to TrueMark.com/Greenlight. Get all the details and sign up today. And don't miss a chance to set your kids up for financial success. TrueMark.com/Greenlight. And whoa, Ace Hardware, helping guys like me who don't know what they're doing around the house. If you got a leaky faucet.
Don't let Jimmy Steaks hear you say that.
No, I know. You got an outlet.
I took his heat.
Said you'd fix it.
I took his heat from going to Rosie's Market to get the tomatoes.
Of course, you gotta grow your own.
You grow your own.
Yeah. Right. Grow your own. Ace Hardware Home Services, they might even come out and help you set up your garden, man.
They do everything.
Yeah, they do everything. So they got people, whatever service you need around your house, they got people for that, because now they're not just the helpful hardware folks, they're also the helpful home service and repair folks. From plumbing to heating, cooling, electrical, they got trusted pros to keep your house running all year long. Ace Hardware Home Services, they're bringing the helpful home. The helpful you love from the store now, from Philly and your front door all the way down to the Jersey Shore. They bring experience. They got local plumbers and techs and everything from repairs and seasonal maintenance to installations, upgrades. They listen to your goals, and the job isn't complete until you're totally satisfied. So you can spend more time on projects and hobbies that you like, watching sports, model airplanes, whatever you like. They give you free estimates on equipment installations and replacement with trusted advisors and options that are suited best for your home, for your budget. The service you can trust, satisfaction is always guaranteed. Ace Hardware Home Services, they're also local. Their teams live and serve in our communities, and they're dedicated to keeping their neighbors comfortable in their own homes. So if you got something you need taken care of, visit Ace Hardware Home Services online at acehardwarehomeservices.com. Get started on your next home repair project.
God, I like it. Time now for the big deal. Eagles' final day at camp. The big deal brought to us by Cherry Hill Kia. That's right, Cherry Hill Kia, a folk Auto Dealership. Now joining us on the Xfinity Mobile guest line, our man covers the birds for all PHLY, does a great job, our buddy Bo Wulf.
Our man on the ground, he's solid and sound. He's on the hunt for Eagles news. Handsome and astounds, clever and profound. We're talking Eagles with Bo Wulf.
What's
Good
up?
stuff.
I like the hoodie.
Yeah, going rain jacket today. Got a little rain here for the final day of training camp. Why not?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. You look like my boy a little bit. You look like you're ready to break into a car.
Yeah, there you go. Pull it real down. That's the thing about this jacket. The hood is too big.
Yeah, it's a big hood. I don't like
It's
a big
too
hood.
big.
No,
And it's hanging over like I can't see. But
Like a
otherwise, I
Gordon's
kind of like
fisherman
let it
look.
rest on the top of my head.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Sith Lord.
He does look like Gordon's fisherman. Yeah. Mr.
Yeah.
Gordon's fisherman. Bo, the ugly day yesterday, a lot of injuries. So what's the latest? Johnny Wilson carted off the field.
Yeah, Johnny Wilson carted off the field. You never want to see that. I mean, just for context, like, the inside of the building is like 20 steps away. So for him to get carted off and not able to walk off under his own power is not a good sign. But we don't have any official word on that yet. And then Drew Makuba
What
left
was it
yesterday's
though?
practice.
Do you know what he injured?
No, he was rolled up on. It was in team drills, and I think Brett Toth rolled up on him. So it looked like maybe like his calf or something like that, the back of his leg somewhere. But I'm not exactly sure. And then Drew Makuba pulled up lame in one-on-ones. And that one, he was very clear. He was grabbing his right hamstring. And so he did not return to practice after leaving. That's obviously
That's a
more impactful
worry.
one if you're worried about this Eagles team right now. Because, Sidney Brown came in and Sidney Brown's gotten most of the reps with the ones. But there's a reason that, Cooper DeJean has to play safety when they're in base sometimes, and they want Drew Makuba to be the guy there. I think it's fair to say that Vic Fangio doesn't have full confidence in Sidney Brown.
No, nor should he. I'll be honest with you.
Nor do you. Yeah.
I don't. I mean, we've talked about it. I don't like it. When I saw the Makuba thing, that scared me, man, because the last thing you want is for that thing to linger on, and we know about hamstrings. I'm told that AJ is not a worry, even though it is a hamstring.
Yeah, the thing that makes you, take a second look at the AJ thing is that he returned to practice and then left. Like that's never great. But I do also believe, listen, AJ is maybe the most important player on the team aside from the quarterback. Like his effect on the offense is maybe even greater than Saquon's, and so there's no reason to push him at all. You slow play him. They got a lot of time before week one. You want to make sure that he's right. And there were a lot of veterans yesterday who were given sort of like a, take this day kind of day. Devontae Smith has a little injury. Dallas Goedert didn't have to practice full. Now Jordan Mailata has a concussion, which is obviously different. But he's been dealing with something all summer. So now is like the right time of the summer where they're going to give those guys a little break. Then when they come back early next week, as the cuts are being made, then all of a sudden, they steer the ship fully towards game planning for the Cowboys week 1.
All right, so final day of camp officially is today. Let's look at it. It's a good time to take the temperature. What have you seen? What have you liked? What don't you like, now that camp is over? Who's Bo's MVP at camp?
Well, here's the thing. I'm probably going to do something for the site that I do every year, which is I rank everybody on the roster 1 to 90 in terms of like how good their summer was. Not like who's the best player, but given the expectations coming in, who like overperformed or underperformed the most. And I got to tell you what, this will sound silly, but number one on that list is going to be Darius Cooper, because Darius Cooper came into camp as an afterthought, an undrafted rookie, and now he's going to make the team. Like he won a job. So in terms of like the actual stakes for him, that's number one. I think if you're thinking,
you and I both love the Coops. We're Cooper,
of course,
Cooper fans.
We know ball. Tyler Steen, I think, had a very good summer. His first week was a little bit up and down, and a lot of that was just because Moro Ojimo was getting after him. but he has really settled in. He's practiced every day, which he hasn't done in the past, and he's looked good. So Tyler Steen had a very good summer. I said Ojimo already. Moro Ojimo has maybe had as good of a summer as anybody. And you talk about somebody coming into a bigger role, taking the Milton Williams job. He looks awesome. And when you talk to the rest of the Eagles about who has had a great summer, that is the name that I hear more than anybody else. That Moro is going to be in for a big year. Jahad Campbell, way ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't even think he was.
I thought he was going to be your
practicing.
number one. We didn't expect to see him, and it turns out he's there the whole time, and he looks fabulous.
And he looks very good. There are still some things to clean up, but the one thing that I keep trying to keep in mind is, okay, maybe he's had some struggles covering running backs man-to-man downfield. That's totally normal and expected for a linebacker. But we also haven't seen him be on the field very much next to Zach Bond. And think about how much easier his job is going to be when he gets to play next to Zach Bond. I think he's been definitely ahead of schedule. Those are like the four guys who I feel like, based on what you were expecting coming in and what you saw, were like, wow, this is better. And then you have guys like, Quinyon Mitchell, who is maybe looking like he's ascended from, really good to potentially great. He's had a great summer. And then it's more about he's been fantastic. And then after that, you go to the flip side of that. And, unfortunately, it's not great that Drew Makuba was coming in trying to win a job and has now gotten hurt twice. And the Eagles are going to have to maybe figure something else out there. Obviously, Keely Ringo is someone who has had a disappointing summer. They wanted him to win that job, and now it looks like he's kind of out of the running. That's not great. Those are the two big disappointments, obviously. I mean, I don't think that Dory Jackson has been great either.
And Uche, I know they flashed at times in the game.
Ojulari has been a disappointment, no doubt. He's looked better over the past week, but he was.
I need more out of that dude.
Silent.
I gotta have more depth out of there. Yeah,
I think so too. I think Uche has had a solid summer, but he is such a one-trick pony. He's a third down edge rusher. He is not going to be helpful to them on first and second down, I don't think. That's just the body type he has. He has a really fun pass rushing style. That's another thing that his teammates talk about, is that he has this very unique style as an edge rusher. And sometimes he catches tackles off guard because of that. But it's still, that's a third down tool in his bag. Well, he does he does some sort of basketball moves. He does a lot of hop steps and hesitation things, as opposed to just rushing upfield. He got lane one time. Actually, he still talks about the time he got him in that Patriots game.
I don't
like
like the shimmy guy, though, dude. I'm not a shimmy gimmick guy. I need
I'm sure there are people who feel that way,
dude. Or speed,
well, that's why I'm saying on third down, right? He's not going to get there on first and second down. He's going to get pushed around in the running game. I do think that EJ and I were talking on the show yesterday and today about trade targets for the Eagles, because how he's going to make a trade. He always does. He's got a bunch of picks to deal with.
Let's go.
And to me,
Hendrickson,
edge rusher is the thing that makes the most sense, because it's a little bit more plug and play. They need a third guy, and I don't know that they think they have that third guy in the building. There are other things to do. I think they could add a tight end on a rookie contract, because they don't have anybody like that who they love. I think they could potentially add a familiar face to the offensive line to help out the depth. I think they could add a safety of a Marcus Epps type to be a backup. But I think edge rusher is the thing that I would agree. I feel most likely.
Yeah, I agree with that. I want the edge guy.
Well,
anything with Hendrickson?
I don't know. It's hard. He's 31, right? Yeah. He would be a great fit. And EJ and I were talking about this. Imagine just the tough day at the office that opposing tackles would have, having to go up against Hendrickson and Nolan Smith. Those guys are just going to get beat up.
It'll be the kind of thing.
It'll be the kind of thing where we'll track it that every team that plays the Eagles, they give up a bunch of sacks the next week, because those guys are just physically beaten down from having to play that group. But I don't know, if you are trading for Hendrickson, I don't think you're trading for him to sign him. I think it's like he will come here and play for a year and then hit the market. He's not willing to do that with the Bengals. And so maybe it's like
Yeah, I agree.
EJ and I came up with the same deal yesterday, a second and Sidney Brown.
Right. Right. Listen, I'm with you. It's a problem. It's a problem signing him, knowing what you got to sign, what's around the corner, that you're gonna have to sign Carter, and you got Cooper and Quinion. I mean, it's hard to get give him a big number.
Right. And so then is there a team that's willing to trade for him and sign him, and then they're gonna pay more than you are?
It's amazing. The Bengals, they're just a horrible franchise. Like,
awful.
You got a great offense. All you need to do is just get pressure on the quarterback and get a couple stops, because your offense is going to score. So you just got to play. You got to play basketball, and you got to just make a couple stops. And they're stupid, man. I don't know why you just don't pay this kid.
Well, and it's the same thing. They did it with Chase and Higgins, right? You pay him. We learn this lesson from the Eagles all the time. To pay him the guys you're going to sign, pay him the first minute you can, because otherwise you're going to lose money on it.
Yeah.
And you're going to piss the guy off.
Yeah.
Hey, Bo, offensive line depth always seems like an important thing that the Eagles are on top of. It feels like Matt Pryor's had a bad camp. Would you assess it that way?
I don't think he's had a bad camp. I just think you see the limitations with him. I think Matt Pryor is a solid sixth offensive lineman. He can play 4 positions. It was notable to me yesterday that with Jordan Mailata out, Matt Pryor got the reps with the first team at left tackle, not Kendall Lamb. And I think Matt Pryor is a good guard. I think he is a top 64 guard in the NFL. Like he could start at guard. The problem is when he's at tackle, you see the limitations in him athletically. Like he is just not a nimble enough mover to get out there and be effective as a pass protector at tackle. But I think Matt Pryor is fine. I don't know if he's going to be the top backup. I think it might be Darian Kennard. It seems like that's what Jeff Statland is grooming Kennard for. But I don't think Pryor is not the biggest disappointment to me about this offensive line depth. I think it's just there's no guy who you're excited to see.
You know what, though, dude?
Develop.
I'm with you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this great conversation. I agree that he has had a bad camp, but after all these years, I think he should be better. That makes sense.
Yeah, but I also think after all these years, he is what he is. You know what I mean?
That's
the development. The
exactly,
development comes in years 3 and 4. Right? He's in year 7. He's not going to take a leap, right?
I don't know. I just think after all these years, he should be better. But whatever. Maybe I was kidding myself. Maybe I thought he was going to be better, and he's not. So that's why.
Yeah. I think he's fine. But that's the problem. It's not. I don't think it's a Matt Pryor problem. I think it's a this is the best we have problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like a Dory Jackson, is he locked up, the second cornerback?
No,
I don't think so. Now he has taken most of the reps the past 2 days, but I do not think that he has locked it up by any stretch of the imagination.
Mark my word.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you, cuz.
Yeah.
I want to see him get a few more reps now with the ones. But I would not be surprised at all if that's the week 1 case. So I think Dory Jackson is equally likely to be the week 1 starter and not make the roster.
Yeah. He's got to learn the defense. His biggest thing is he's behind. That's why Dory's getting all the snaps at the ones. So what do you do this week? Tomorrow night or Friday night is just a get through it kind of game, right?
Yeah.
And then you look and see who's there. When's cut day? When is that?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, right? Yeah. You remember before it was the incremental cuts?
Yes. Yeah, you get to 75.
Yeah.
And then exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We might get a few drips and drabs of some transactions made over the weekend, but they will do the majority of the cuts on Tuesday.
We used to always do the story every year about the Turk coming to visit. Is the Turk going to come get you?
You don't want a phone call.
Son,
You
get
do
your
not want a
playbook,
phone call on
son.
that day.
Meet me down in the office, son. Bring your playbook. Oh, no good. No, I can't wait for it, Bo. We got
Well,
football.
and for those guys on the bubble, listen, this is like, this is their livelihood. This is a very anxious time, you would imagine. One thing that I would say is better for them than it used to be back in those days. Think about the increased practice squad. You got 16 spots now as opposed to 8. So a lot of the guys who are going to have those difficult conversations with the coaching staff on Monday and Tuesday, there are more of them who are going to get to stick around and be part of this. And there's also the practice squad elevation. So even if they don't make the 53-man roster, there's a good chance that they will be part of this team this year.
Yeah, I agree. No, it's much better now. There's Cooper, Darius Cooper, is he, you think that they'll have him, who makes the team and then he's inactive?
I think that is most likely, but he's been getting a lot of reps with the ones on special teams because
that's good.
He worked next to Avery Williams with the #1 kickoff return unit. He's working with the ones on punt return and punt coverage. So I think there's a chance he's active on game day.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. It's our boy. I like that a lot.
Speaking of your boys, Bo, it seemed like there's some separation at the QB3 position as of yesterday.
Yeah. So Kyle McCord. So Tanner McKee did not practice yesterday. So this was actually with the 2s, and Kyle McCord got all the reps with the 2s, and I thought he looked better.
Nice.
And there's something to be said for when you are with better offensive linemen and better wide receivers,
especially when you're a pocket quarterback.
Right.
When you're a pocket quarterback.
I think this one is about done and dusted. I think it's unless there is a quarterback around the league who they are very intrigued by, I think Kyle McCord is going to be on this team as the inactive quarterback 3.
Yeah, and that's a possibility. Like I could see them looking around for another quarterback in that if there's someone they like.
So let me throw this out to you.
Yeah.
Like Dan Orlovsky listing the Eagles as one of the top 3 place teams that should make a move for Anthony Richardson.
Oh, no.
Not a surprise to me in the sense that the Eagles are always going to be interested in those reclamation projects. We know how much Howie cares about draft pedigree. Like there's a crazy amount of guys with first or second round draft pick status who he signed over the past 2 years. That has been like an actual tangible thing that they've done. They've done it at the quarterback position. It's not dissimilar from, signing Kenny Pickett or trading for Kenny Pickett last year. And I always think about the way that, Howie and Jeffrey were described in that story about Belichick from last year as like art collectors of the NFL, like to get a piece of Anthony Richardson and bring him in the building. And here it would be as the quarterback 3. I mean, it would be behind Tanner McKee. And that's the thing about Anthony Richardson that is so baffling to me from the Colts perspective is it was so clear when he was a draft prospect that if you were going to draft this guy, you needed to invest time into developing him, like 2 or 3 years as a starter, taking your lumps, and then hope that he comes out on the other side because he entered the league less experienced than any first-round quarterback had ever been drafted.
I mean, it was baffling that they wanted to play him right away. Baffling. Like Jackson Dart, I would start him. Like I actually would start him. I think he can handle it. Listen, you play in Lane Kiffin's offense. You're playing in the SEC. Like that kid's ready. Like that kid could play. I think he's actually good. I think he'll have to take his lumps. But I if I were the Giants, I would start him right away and then, look to build the arc. So toward the end of the year, his arc is up and, he's the starter. I believe in him. Anthony Richardson had a couple moments as a thrower at Florida. I remember we were analyzing the quarterbacks every week. And I loved his raw ability. But my God, he had no idea what he's looking at. Like, you want to talk about, like, in the development. He was no way ready to play. Like, they completely screwed that up.
Every sense of the way. And you're exactly right, cuz. And the flip side to that is if you decide to play him, to give him the reps, then you have to just let him play.
Yeah.
You cannot keep jerking him around. Like,
No.
if you're going to play him, you are investing in this guy needs game reps. I'm sorry to the rest of the team. It's not going to look good, but it's going to make him better in 2 years. We all have to be behind that. To have had no plan of development with him and be so herky-jerky is completely asinine and frankly, embarrassing for that entire organization.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I'm shocked because I thought Steichen was a pretty sharp dude. I'm shocked that Gannon's going to have more success than Steichen.
Well, we'll see about Gannon too. I mean, Gannon gets a lot of love from the national media. Those teams have not been very good.
I know.
He's won like 12 games combined in 2 years. So let's not throw him a parade either. But the way that Steichen has handled the Richardson situation, to me, makes it seem like there must be something going on in the building behind the scenes that they're not unhappy with, that they are unhappy with about Richardson.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Collecting art, there's a fine line between art and junk. And I don't want to be cruel, but he can't play. I think he's lost cause. Like, he has to go to like Andy Reid and Andy, like a true quarterback developer. Like, Nick's not that guy. He needs to go to a place like Andy and hope that Andy can reach him and somehow develop him. You got to go to like a great quarterback development guy, because otherwise I just don't see it. He's lost. You look at him. He's one read.
It's going to take a lot of work.
Leaves the pocket. He's a lot of work.
No, there's no doubt about it. I think it would come down to the investment for them. At this point, his salary is pretty cheap, even as a first round pick. They've got 2 years left on his rookie deal, right? I wouldn't be blown away if Howie did that.
Yeah, I'm just telling you from my standpoint, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. I don't think you have the resources. I think it's a bigger headache than what you're going to get from it. And you got your prize number two. You got a true.
Well, that's the thing is, I think the reason that they would do it would be, okay, let's get this guy in the building. Let's see how he does this year. And if he seems like he's taking enough strides to potentially be a backup, then maybe we can cash in on Tanner McKee in the offseason and see what we can get for him, because he's entering the final year of his rookie deal anyway.
They're not going to trade McKee.
I'm with you.
They're not trading.
That would be the reason behind it if they did it.
Yeah. They may try to see what they can do and stash Richard. Like, if they went down your route, I could see that. I think you make a good case for it. But I don't think it would be to trade McKee. I think it would be to further develop him and just kind of stash him and see what he's got. Because Howie's a stash guy. Like, we all played fantasy sports and all.
Yeah.
And Howie's a stash guy. Like, I got a guy that's injured or whatever. Like
signing Lewis Seen last year, right? It didn't work out, but it's let's take a shot. Let's use a roster spot on a guy with pedigree.
Yeah. All right, what's the schedule? What do you got doing today? 2:00. And who's talking? Is it Nick talking soon?
I think he's talking right now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll find out what he says. I'm sure that nobody who's going to play week 1 is going to play in this game. But yeah, we got last practice of camp, a little rain, which is kind of nice. No big deal. Talking about it at 2:00 with EJ, and we'll also go through some more potential trade possibilities for Howie over the next week.
Is there anybody else besides Henderson that you could see that stands out to you?
And what do you think about L'Jarius Sneed?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Signed by a different GM in Tennessee. Maybe they want to cash in. I don't think it would cost too much. And that's the kind of level where the Eagles could bring the guy in for, 1 year.
Yeah.
Mid-career guy.
Yeah.
They're not going to extend him, but
and he's
would be an answer.
He's an upgrade to what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the other big name that crossed my mind.
Well, you and I could work together in a front office.
I think we'd be. I mean, I'll tell you what, cuz it wouldn't be the worst.
I without a doubt. We wouldn't be Indian. We'd be better than Indianapolis for sure.
And
No doubt about it.
And Dallas is
And
right.
Dallas.
By the way,
I think, yeah, just by, I think we'd be top 20 for sure.
yes. For your own edification, I spoke to someone very close to the Micah Parsons situation, and I just asked him the question, do you think he plays week 1? And he came back pretty succinctly, no.
Good for
Yeah,
Micah.
baby. No. Classic
Pretty good.
Cowboys. Bo, great
Yeah.
stuff, my brother. You're the man. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the show, guys.
There he is. Bo Wulf on the scene
What-
in the rain.
What are they calling him? A Sith Lord?
Yeah, Sith Lord.
That's
Darth-
Star Wars.
Darth Wolf.
They're calling him Unabomber Wolf.
Yeah.
Sith Lord Wolf.
Yeah, the hood. The hood's
It's
a
the
good
hood.
look. Yeah,
He looked like a Sith Lord, yeah.
yeah. Sith Lord.
Is that from that's like the evil, like Darth Vader?
The Empire, the evil Empire,
That
yeah.
old dude.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
Emperor.
Somebody was calling me a Sith Lord. Like back in the day.
You calling you a Sith Lord?
Yeah, for something. I don't know if it was Tunis.
You're a Sith Lord?
Yeah, I was like, I never saw the movies, so I don't know.
Ah, missing out.
I've never seen them either. I've seen the first 3. Well, they're the second 3.
When we were little.
Yeah, the original 3 that first came out.
So
The
we
newest
had
3 don't watch.
So we had a. Do you remember when they kind of rebooted after all those years?
Yeah.
It was like early mid 2000s.
Yeah, episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, when did it premiere? Like mid 2000s.
Oh, they came out like 2002, 2003, something like that.
So I was working at WIP, and I go, oh, yo, let's get a bunch of people together, listeners, and we'll go to the movies. Did you go?
No.
You might have went.
Mm-mm.
So I get my cousin Joey, and we get this whole theater. It's all of us. We got a whole theater. It was a midnight showing.
Oh, there you go.
It was leading into you know what? I wanted to see all the dress ups.
Yes.
People dressing up.
Yeah, of course.
So we got a
Always the
theater. Where the hell was the theater?
Was it Riverview? No.
I don't think it was Riverview. Anyway, we get the theater. It's all us, right? 3 seconds into the movie, I fall asleep.
Oh, man.
Of course.
I was like, yeah, let's go. And I'm sitting there, and then like I just remember like the army, what are they called? They're stormtroopers.
The stormtroopers, yeah.
And like the beginning of the movie, and I'm like, yeah.
Out on the sci-fi.
Ow.
Sleep through the whole thing?
Yeah. My cousin was like smacking me.
You missed Darth Maul, Qui-Gon
No,
Jinn.
I think, was the bro there?
Darth
Bro.
Maul. Darth Maul.
Bro.
Yeah.
I
Darth
wanna-
Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn. Darth Maul's the guy with the red and black face and the horns in his head.
No. Come here. Bro's entering the Xfinity Studios.
Double strapper.
He's a double strapper.
I just recently went back to double strap.
Yeah, it's not a good one.
I was the single strapper for
Yeah,
a
I
while.
know, exactly.
He's like
That's
me,
cool.
double
It got
strap.
annoying.
Yeah, I'm a single strapper. Anyway,
Yeah.
did you come with me when we did the Star Wars? We had the whole theater. It was a midnight showing.
No.
Oh, you weren't there?
No.
Maybe it was Bubba.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You don't remember me? My cousin Joey was there,
No.
and I
Which
thought
Star Wars.
it was the reboot. It was like
The first one.
Phantom Menace?
Phantom Menace?
Phantom Menace, yeah. Yeah, you know it. See, VG, you know the name of the
I'm a
movie.
Star Wars guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
So I get everybody together. We were at WIP, and I go, let's go. We got a whole midnight theater, and I got the whole theater. It was all listeners, it was everybody.
That's cool.
And my cousin were next to me. 3 seconds into the movie, I'm sleeping.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's on brand.
I didn't
Not a
wake
George
up.
Lucas guy.
Sci-fi, George Lucas, he's out. Alias.
Yeah.
Oh, the new Alien show is great. Alien Earth.
Is it
Oh, yeah, it's really good.
really?
Yeah.
I like that Phillies.
Thanks.
That's
a
sharp.
little 1 o'clock action today.
Yeah, you going down?
Nah.
Yeah, it's nice.
You want to? I might have an extra seat.
You can get out of work, huh?
Go create content down there.
My house is all K-pop demon hunters these days.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's like the #1 album, too, that band. Yeah.
they were watching that too. That
like,
Demon Hunter,
they're like girl demon hunters.
You know what the Demon Hunter? There's a show, and I don't know if the girls watch this, but who's the guy from Frasier? Frasier Crane is the voice of the demon, of the hunter.
Oh, what's that guy's name?
Yeah,
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer, yeah.
He's like, I remember sitting there.
Have Fraser pull it up.
Frasier. That's classic, man.
Fit that CEO said, bro's looking like he's ready for his first day back to school.
He does. You got the
nice clean shirt on.
Thumbs.
Ed Wright asked, how many wedgies did you give to Star Wars fans when you were growing up?
Yeah, it's funny that I just didn't even, I had good intentions. Like I was going like, all right.
It sounds
Yeah.
Getting everyone together, it sounds like, yeah.
So the original Star Wars, when the original first one came out,
A New Hope.
we went in like 1979 or wherever it was.
Yeah.
You remember, yeah. So we saw it down the shore.
Uh-huh.
It was me and my cousin and my father. And I fell asleep.
Oh, man. You were so out on sci-fi.
I tried. I mean, I get it.
I'm with you. I'm usually out on the sci-fi too.
I like real stories.
Do you like fantasy over sci-fi?
Which fantasy?
Fantasy would be like orcs, goblins, Lord of the Rings.
Oh God, no!
Like
I'm
all
out.
that stuff.
Middle Earth.
Lord of
I'm
the
out.
Lord of the Rings. You ever watch them?
No.
What?
Ow.
I've never seen.
I don't need.
Those are my
Middle
favorite
Earth.
growing up.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
loved Lord of the Rings.
You really did?
Mhm.
No,
The books, all
can't-
that stuff.
I can't do
No way.
goblins and
Blacksmiths.
and Middle.
No,
like,
I'm out. I'm out on the blacksmith.
yeah,
There's
it's
a
like Dark
blacksmith.
Ages.
Yeah.
Sweet, like sword fighting and chopping people up. Creatures.
Yeah, the creatures. I get lost in the creatures. Flying dragons and breathe fire.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you, Game of Thrones was the closest I got.
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch that either.
Yeah, it was the closest I got. And the way
Well,
they
that's fantasy.
Yeah.
right. And the way they did the dragons
Yeah.
was cool. Like
Yeah.
they did it. It wasn't completely ridiculous.
What?
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to watch the show. Like the show actually was brilliant, and it was great. I mean, it was great. It really was more Dark Ages with a hint of fantasy,
It's total Middle Earth though. No,
but it's really Dark
there are
Ages.
wizards. There's wizards.
Well, in Game of Thrones, like magic is dead somewhat. So there's just the dragons,
Right.
and then the sword fighting.
Yeah, it was better.
If you're still talking TV, I got a show for you. You got to ask TV Todd about it on Friday.
What do you got?
It's Peaky Blinders producers,
Yeah. I was gonna bring this up.
the House of Guinness,
Oh,
and
Oh!
the father dies, and the
Oh!
4 kids have to like figure it out, and they're fighting over it and stuff. And it's in Ireland, in Dublin.
So what? It's the Guinness.
The Guinness heirs.
It's
the
a true
father
story?
died. I think it's lightly based. I don't really know the back details.
And so it's Succession
Yeah,
meets.
Peaky Blinders.
Oh,
I meant to tell you that.
totally in on House of Guinness. That's awesome. Everything I love. It's got the European thing. It's got Guinness. I love Succession. Violence. Was violence in it? Yeah,
I mean, there's got to be some violence in it.
I had some violence.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Let's take care of some business. And every Wednesday, we get to visit with our buddy,
Our own Sith Lord.
our man, Mike Sielski. I love Sielski. So we're going to talk to Mike coming up. But first, let's talk about Cherry Hill Kia. Yes, you're looking for amazing deals and super low lease payments? Kia of Cherry Hill is the place to be. They got a huge selection. Kia Cherry Hill is a folk auto dealership. I tell you about Charlie Folk, and he's got a bunch of dealerships in Jersey. One of the great people. He really treats customers like family. I've seen it time and time again how Charlie is. Just Don't charge him for the oil change. Don't let him go. Listen, get him in the car. Get him in the ride. Like, I've seen him do it 100 times. I go see him a lot, and I see the way he deals with customers. I love it. It's the way you're supposed to do business, right? You take care of people because, listen, if you are taken care of, you're going to go back. So it's about going back and back and back and then having your family and friends. And that's what he's like. And it's right over the bridge. He's the best. Bill runs Cherry Hill Kia. Go see Bill, all right? You tell him I sent you, he's going to take care of you because he'll hook you up in a big way. They have over 450 new Kias to choose from, over 40 Tellurides, over 100 Sportages, over 35 Carnivals, over 75 Celtos, and over 80 Souls, the vehicle of VG.
Love the Soul.
You are a Soul man.
Love it. Fun.
Kia is the hottest automotive brand in the country for a reason. So what happens is Car and Driver Editor's Choice Awards, they look at 450 models, right? They test them. Now, only 20 are chosen to win the award of Driver's Choice. And Kia's got 7 of them. 7 of the 20. Come on. That tells you something. All right, stop in today. Talk to Bill. Tell him we sent you. He's going to take great care of you. If you take a test drive, he'll even feed you. Give you a $100 restaurant.com gift card. Drive home your new Kia today, just minutes from all the bridges. Available online 24/7. KiaofCherryHill.com. Now, I know people buy Kias elsewhere. I just don't know why. Why?
No,
BG?
because if
got an
people
answer?
do that, they're not the brightest people. Smart people go to Kia for their
Kia of Cherry Hill.
Kia Cherry Hill.
That's right.
Yep.
All right. Now let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Oh, here we go. My man Baldini sends me the new copy for the Bet Parks app, right?
I got a nice little parlay together, I think, today.
There you good, because he's all about the futures.
Ooh.
Yes, he's about football futures.
All right.
All right, here you go. Here are your top 5 favorites. 25 on the Birds, pays 162.50.
Yeah.
25 on the Ravens, 175. 25 on the Bills, 175. 25 on the Chiefs, 200. 25 on the Lions, 275.
How about that? The Chiefs have dropped from 2nd to 4th.
I'll be honest
Since
with
the
you.
preseason started.
I don't see it with them.
They don't see them winning?
No. I know Kelsey says he's back, and
Yeah.
they got better weapons on the outside. I guess they should be better.
Like,
I
think
don't
about
know.
this. The Birds are to win are plus 650. The next NFC team is the Lions at plus 1,100. I mean, that's a pretty healthy favorite to come out of the NFC.
Yeah. Well, Baltimore and Buffalo
Yeah,
are going to get all the action.
Yeah.
What's your parlay
Oh,
tonight?
hold on. Let me
Today.
see. Well,
Today afternoon? the parlay?
yep. We got an
Please?
afternoon game. Luis Castillo's on the mound.
All right.
So let's just say this. Here's a little stats. Harrison Bader's got 24 at-bats. He's hitting 292 off them. Max Kepler, 16 at-bats, hitting 313 off them. Schwarber's got 20 at-bats, 4 home runs out of 20 at-bats, hitting 300.
Schwarbaum.
So I'm putting together Schwarbaum home run, Lizard over 6.5, Phillies money line, and Phillies over 4.5, plus 750 today.
It's nice.
I like it today.
I like that. It's a good one. It's a good one. Hey, new users on a casino get up to $1,000 casino bonus back. If you're not a winner in your first 24 hours, you got to be 21. In PA, New Jersey, Maryland, betparks.com has all your details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now joining us, the fabulous voice of the Inquirer. I love him. I love to read him. I love to watch him, listen to him on the weekends. WIP, he's terrific. He's our friend, Mike Sielski.
Here comes Mike Sielski.
Xfinity mobile guest line Yeah. What's up, Michael?
Hey, Ant. How you guys doing?
What's up, Mike?
Doing great, buddy. This is I'm glad you're with us because today's a good day to take the temperature. We had the difficult news of Zach Wheeler on Sunday, right? After the Saturday night news. And then we had today, and then we had two games that followed, which were heartening against a very good Mariners team. Then today, the last day of training camp. So I like to look at big picture during those kinds of moments. So let's look at Phillies first. Does the rotation, what you saw from Ranger on Monday night, what you saw, all season long from Sanchez, and a lineup that appears to have awakened. Can they sustain this? And is that a recipe for a deep October?
I think they can. Sustain's an interesting word, okay? They've just got to get in. They've just got to get in. And I'm glad you wanted to take the big picture look at both the Phillies and the Eagles, because I do think there is a connective thread between the way a lot of fans and media members are looking at those two teams right now, okay? And this, and you and I have talked about this before, this to me is kind of just part of following Philadelphia sports. We're looking at the Phillies and we're saying, Zach Wheeler, probably not going to have him. Terrible what happened to him. You would absolutely need him in a short series. I heard what Dave Murphy said with you guys the other day, and Murphy's 100% right. You have Wheeler in a game one, in a best of 5, best of 7. It's almost like you're putting that game in your back pocket, and that it hurts that he's not there. And then you hear all these people talking about the Eagles in training camp, and okay, who's going to be the outside cornerback? And there are these injuries, and how are they going to look? Basically, the point being, both of these teams, if you take a step back, are still in pretty good shape. But because we're Philadelphians and because we're followers of these teams and have been for so long, it's almost like we're looking for guarantees or assurances where none of them exist, and none of them would for any other team in these situations. There are 31 other teams in the NFL that are looking at the Eagles and saying, God, if only we had their problems. And most teams in Major League Baseball are probably looking at the Phillies and going, gosh, Cristopher Sanchez is out of this world. Ranger Suarez can shut you down with Tom Glavine-like stuff when he's at his best. And maybe Aaron Nola.
Oh, that's beautiful. Tom Glavine comp. I like the analogy.
You know, Aaron Nola has a proven track record of coming around. I know we're all conditioned to look and see the worst and freak out. But to answer your initial question, do the Phillies have enough to make a run? Yes, they have enough to make a run. Is it going to be harder without Zach Wheeler? Of course it is. But these last couple of days have shown that they do have it. And look, the Arizona Diamondbacks, with much less than the Phillies have now, made a run in 2023. This Phillies team can get there.
Wow, that's so good. It's so on point and so indicative of who we are. Now,
yeah,
I was having this conversation last night with a buddy of mine about just our nature. We are so different than anywhere else in the country. We really are a unique city, and we're pretty caustic. And in fact, he used a Rocky analogy. I was like, I got to bring this up to Mike. He said, you know who perfectly describes Philadelphians?
I know exactly where you're going.
Go ahead.
Paulie.
No, which is great. All right.
Oh, okay.
Close. Very close. Do you remember? I know you know this scene. We've talked about it many times. When they go into the skating rink.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's Thanksgiving. And he tells the dude, listen, she's a little slow. Like she needs, you remember that?
Yeah,
and he's like,
of course.
And his answer was, yeah, that's not my problem. Right? It's Thanksgiving. And he's like, come on, I'll give you $5, $8, $10, whatever. But that one line of, that's not my problem. Like that kind of gruff. And then ultimately, he's going to do it, and there is some humanity beneath the caustic outward shell.
Yeah, you're 100% right about that. It's funny we're talking about this. I was thinking about this yesterday when I was at Eagles training camp, figuring out what column I was going to write. And there was this one play at camp where Nick Sirianni put the first team offense and the first team defense into a late game situation. The offense has the ball, they're up 3, 2 minutes, 12 seconds left on the clock, and they need to try to run the clock down to preserve the game. And they end up handing the ball off to Saquon on second down, and he breaks through the line and he's going to go for a long run. And it was basically like the Eagles of last season and the Eagles over the last few years in a nutshell in this otherwise nothing practice near the end of training camp. It's like, we can run the ball on you anytime we want, pretty much. We're the biggest, baddest guys on the block, and that's how we won the Super Bowl last year, and that's our MO right now. And I'm writing this column yesterday thinking, this is too complimentary of the Eagles. Like, am I coming off like a homer in writing this kind of honest, positive column about where the Eagles are? And I think that captures the mentality of everybody in the region. It's kind of like, yeah, we know our team is good. The team that we cover and root for is good, but you don't want to say they're too good because it's almost like you're giving away your credibility a little bit. I read a column by a great writer, someone you and I both respect in New York, Ian O'Connor, last week. You know, he's amazing, good friend of both of us.
Yeah.
He did a great piece about Aaron Glenn, the new head coach of the Jets, and it was very complimentary of Aaron Glenn and who he is as a person and who Ian thinks he's going to be as a coach. And I loved it, but the whole time I was reading it, I'm thinking, I don't know if I could write a column about this when Nick Sirianni or Doug Peterson or Andy Reid were in his first training camp as the Eagles head coach, because everyone in Philly would go, what the hell are you doing? This guy's a joke and a loser and he hasn't done anything yet and blah, 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 blah. So even New York is like more optimistic and more like sanguine about what their teams and coaches and players are going to be than Philadelphia is. And Philadelphia's got the defending Super Bowl champs.
So do you think, there's a couple things. One, the sweet spot, I'm a little older and I remember like my first sports memories are like 1980, right? Like, and 1980 it was bliss. It was the greatest thing in the world. And I remember thinking, wow, this is I love this, right? Like, and in my mind, I've been always trying to recapture this 1980 4-for-4. It's why I fell in love with all four sports. Right? You went from one to the other, to the other, to the other. And I've always viewed sports more optimistically. And obviously I'm in the minority. Yeah, great minority.
At least of our generation, of Gen Xers, right? I think subsequent generations probably look at it a little more optimistically because they got to experience in the prime of their fandom the Phillies winning the NL East 5 straight years in a World Series and the Eagles winning a Super Bowl.
Right.
There is kind of that, you know, there's the older generation for which 1964 just scarred them forever.
Right.
And
no,
then
they're just devils.
Yeah. And then there's our generation, which I'm a little bit younger than you are. So I didn't experience 80 in the way that you did. And I was a little bit late, and even in '83, with the Sixers winning the whole thing and the Phillies going to the World Series.
Yeah.
You know, my experience was, okay, the Flyers are great and supposed to be great. The Phillies are just going to be, it's going to be a long summer listening to Harry and Whitey every single night just to get us through another 75 and 87 season. The Sixers are okay, but they're not as good.
But then
as
you
the
had
Pistons.
Buddy, though. But the Buddy years
The
were
Buddy thing
a
was
blast.
different. Yeah, the Buddy years were a blast, but then they went into the Kotite years and, you know, just a lot of just kind of running in place with the Eagles.
The 90s were a horrific time for Philadelphia. The 90s were tough. I know you had 93. That was a blip. They were horrible after. They were horrible before. The Sixers were a joke, right? Up until the end of the decade when Pat comes in and AI. The Flyers were good. You remember at the end of Lindros, or that you get
Sure.
Lindros, but early they missed the playoffs, which was unlike them. And the Eagles, you had to deal with Coach Titan Ray Rhodes.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me how much that shapes generations afterward and how much it shapes your viewpoint. It shapes the way I look at all the teams and the way I cover them. Listening to WIP back in the day and reading the Inquirer and the Daily News and the tone of the coverage back then, because so much was different. The Phillies hadn't won a World Series in a long time. The Eagles had never won a Super Bowl. Like you said, the Sixers were just this kind of joke where you were straining to look for something to be optimistic about. And the Flyers, you expected to be good and then break your heart in the end. So it's interesting now how different all of that is. And it's hard for me to get past it in a lot of ways. That's why when I write about the Eagles or talk about the Eagles, I kind of have to fight through this feeling of, boy, I don't want to be too complimentary, even though
That's so interesting.
they just won the NFC Championship game and Super Bowl last year and scored 95 points in the 2 games. It's nuts.
No, you know what's interesting? You bring up the WIP. So I am at the Inquirer in 1999, Andy Reid's first year. In 98, I was in New York. I was doing some kind of big story. I was doing all the camps. I went from training camp to Cheese League and all that stuff. There was like 7 teams that trained in Wisconsin. So I had heard Andy Reid was like a hot name, right? Because I was going. So I wrote a piece on him. I went to Green Bay, and this is when he was still quarterback coach.
Quarterback's coach.
We were talking about Favre and all this other stuff, and I wrote this piece. And then lo and behold, he becomes the Eagles coach. And so I'd known him. And I remember really liking him. Going, the guy's really sharp, man. Like, sharp dude. Being around him. And I did a lot of they weren't used to it here. Like, when I was at the Inquirer, the double back. Like, I never asked a question in press conferences.
Right.
Because I don't want to give away what I was going to write about. So, New York, it was crazy. Like, the TV people would always ask questions, and the writers would never ask questions.
Exactly.
But here it was different when I came back home. And so I would double back to Andy all the time. I never forget the PR guy would go, why do you double back all the won't you ask? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
No. I don't want to give it away. I'm not giving everybody else the answer and the insight that I want from my story or my column. It's funny we're talking about this, and I literally did this yesterday with Kevin Patullo. And I don't want to get into the hoops you have to jump through to do this now because the landscape of coverage is so different. But he was walking into the NovaCare complex inside, and I walked with him and asked him a couple of questions. And I came back, and one of the other writers was like, doing the walk and talk. And that used to happen all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's what, and it was a total pet peeve of mine. When I came back initially after having worked in New York like you for 3 years, because you do that all the time, right? Everybody's very protective of, I got this one-on-one time with David Wright in the clubhouse, and I'll be damned if I'm going to share what I got or give anybody an inkling of what I've got. And I would hear from people like, why don't you hold these guys accountable in the press conference? Why aren't you asking tougher questions in the press conference? And I still feel this way for the most part. Like, I'm not trying to be Jack McCoy in an episode of Law and Order.
Right.
I'm not prosecuting these guys in the post-game press conference. I might go up to them afterwards, or I'm going to try to, but my 800 to 1,000 words in my column is where I'm holding them accountable. Go read that. Don't listen to the questions we're asking them in the 7 minutes after the game. Go read what we're writing.
Yes.
Because that's where we're holding them accountable or taking them apart or whatever we're doing in that situation.
Yes. So real quick, just to get back, because it's germane to your point. So in 99, I was, I did a lot of stuff around the Eagles. I was a feature guy, but I would always be around. And I watched Andy's team there was a game, Christmas happened, and then they had to come back and play. And it was like New England, and they played them really tough. Like the back end of his first year was an upswing.
Right.
So the next year I'm on WIP, and they're killing Andy, killing him. Who's this Doug Peterson? This is stupid. God love those guys, but I mean, they weren't really like talking about the football element of it, which is
right.
This is how it should be, right? Like the draft. I mean, they just eviscerate this guy. And I've been like, no, man, the guy's a really good coach. Why do you kiss his ass? And then I'm like, I'm not kissing his ass. I'm like, the guy's a good coach. Like, he really is. Look what he's doing. Like, you could see the moves he's making. You see, how he deals with his players. Talk to his players. Like, they like him. He's incredibly prepared. And it was funny, man. Like, I remember feeling, and the callers would be like mocking me. And the worst thing for me was when Howard started to kiss his ass when he was on Team Andy, and because he was doing it a different way, right? So it was funny. Like, and they go like, "You got one cheek, and Howard's got the other cheek." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, I can't even say the guy's a good coach.
The dynamic is so different now because all of you guys on the radio at that time, the vast majority of you anyway, had covered the teams as newspaper reporters, and you had journalistically oriented backgrounds. It's one of my, I don't know how to put this, like, you don't see that much anymore. And some of the discussion about the teams now kind of in a way almost purposefully leaves that element out. Like, I've had situations where I've had my work or something I've said talked about on the 2 talk stations in town. And reminder to everybody, I work for one of the talk stations in town. But I've reached out to people afterwards and said, hey, I'm always available to come on and talk about, you guys can rake me over the coals. I'm happy to go back and forth with you about what I wrote or what I've said, all of that. And more than once, I've had somebody say to me, listen, Mike, we can't do that. Because if we bring you on, you will explain what you're talking about, and it will make sense, and then we don't have content for the next hour or two to talk about. And it's like, yeah, but you guys are like purposely being ignorant about what's going on with the Eagles or the Phillies or the Sixers or the Flyers, or what generally just happens day to day with one of these franchises. You're talking about it in a way that doesn't line up with what actually happens with these teams and what goes on in a locker room. And they're like, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. And it's like,
it's incredible, right? Like, because it's almost like there's 2 things. There's the sports and the reality, and then there's the show. And the external, it bleeds into Jerry Jones, Netflix, and this whole world of hot takes and everything. And it's not correct. But in its own way, people like it. I don't know why, but I don't know why hyperbole became interesting content.
I think it's because it's in the choice between eating your broccoli and eating the bag of potato chips. Everybody's going to eat the bag of potato chips, or at least most people are. And you see this throughout media, right? Like,
it's not just in Philadelphia.
It's not just, and it's not just Philadelphia. It's not just sports. Like, most political coverage now is nothing more than reaffirming your priors. People don't want to hear here's what's actually happening, and there's shades of gray in that. Like, no. You tell me this side is evil. You tell me the other side is good, and that's all I want to hear. And I think that's true in sports too. And it's more fun to talk about, like, should the Eagles trade Tanner McKee, than coming in and saying, hey, everybody, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I suppose it's possible they could do that, but it doesn't make a lot of sense for them to do it this season, because if there's any team that understands the value of a good backup quarterback, it's the Eagles, and they're probably not going to do it.
Do you think the pendulum swings back at all?
I don't know how it does. I think it would have to be like a very conscientious thing and effort on the part of people like us. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like you have to be it's like being a parent and telling your kids, get the hell off the phone and the screen, go read a book. It's really hard to do. It sounds great in theory, but it's really difficult to do when you actually have kids. So I don't know. I don't want to sound like an old head or like a school marm or something like that. But it's much harder to break through the noise with like, hey, look, here's what's really going on. Or, hey, look, I'm giving you this opinion in good faith. I'm not trying to just outrage you for the sake of outraging you or generate a reaction for the sake of generating a reaction. I'm telling you, I'm coming at this. I'm ripping Nick Sirianni for bringing his kids to the post-game press conference because I don't like that he did it, genuinely. And it has nothing to do with trying to get your attention or trying to rip him for the sake of ripping him. I didn't like it. I'm supposed to write I didn't like it, so I wrote it. And you all have to kind of deal with it. I don't know how you fix that.
Don't you think like there's enough like, I don't know, not outrage, but people are sick of talk radio. You see it on social media, and places like PHLY exist because we don't do that kind of like drama stuff. We are more like fact-based and straight opinion-based.
I do like to cover. I like to approach PHLY that way.
Yeah.
You know, it's partly my voice, right? Like, I appreciate WIP and I appreciate the Fanatic. Yeah. I do. I mean, because, like, I also understand that sometimes when you analyze and when you're discussing it in depth, it could be boring to some people, right? Like, so, you know, I think that this place operates more towards a hardcore fan that really likes to dive in. Like, this is your hobby and you want to know, you want to live it, right? That's why we call it diehards, right? And it's not just surface stuff.
It's not hot takes all day long.
Right. Well, and you got to go deep, right? Yeah. So we're going to go deep. That's why we got our beat guys that really dive into it and Franny films and all that you love the sport that way. I in the end, I think I love sports more than I have ever loved sports. I find the joy in it. I find goodness in it, even though there's a lot of, dirty and corruption and everything else. I do find I find a lot of goodness in sports.
Yeah, I think two things, a really good point, VG. Two things are true here. Number one, and I think it was Kevin Kincaid on Crossing Broad who actually made this point, and it was a good one. Like, being reasonable might be the way to zag when everybody else is zigging now. If everybody else is
I saw that. Kevin's good, yeah.
Yeah, if everybody else is going to do a hot take and try to be outrageous, then maybe just being sensible and entertaining and talking to fans and people who follow these teams in a light, entertaining, smart way is the way to go. Number two, I think you guys are right about what you do at PHLY in appealing to the fan who really wants to drill down deep. I think that's interesting because I think you guys retain a lot of people like that. I just wonder how many of, like, I use my dad as an example of like the typical Philadelphia sports fan. And I've heard from him on occasion, like whether he's reading the Inquirer or reading other things online or listening or watching or whatever. He's like, Mike, I just don't care about the backup left tackle that much. Like, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't appeal to me. And there are a lot of fans out there like that who don't want the granular as much as some other sections of the fan base. I'm not saying appealing to that. I'm not saying focusing on the granular is bad. I'm just saying it's like anything else. Not everybody wants it.
I agree with you. I think, and that's why the vision for PHLY is both granular and big picture, right?
Right.
So, like, at some point, we'll be adding more shows, general shows like mine, right? Like where, I can veer down that lane, but I also know when to bring it back up for air, right? Like, so that you're not going to lose people. And then we'll do more general shows like that. Like, we're working on Bill and we got other people that we're going to look at. that once we get, more on established, that we'll add more shows that will be more like that. So that this way you get a mix of, hey, like your father says, I don't care about the backup left tackle, but here's your big picture story.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, look, it's a hard thing, right? Like we're way past the landscape where you only have 4 or 5 sources of information and sports discussion. That's what the three of us of our generation grew up with. You either listen to talk radio, you read the newspapers, maybe you watched the local news, and that was it. That's gone, and that's never coming back. But finding that niche is the challenge for anybody in today's media landscape. And I do wonder sometimes, I wrote a column about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift last week, and it was striking to me like how much I heard from people who aren't hardcore football fans about that. And it was all positive. Yeah, I got the, what is this, your sports columnist kind of thing. And it was a sports column, but I heard from a lot more people who were like, I just kind of like, Taylor Swift, and I follow it, whatever. Like, where do you go to find that stuff? And how do you connect with as broad an audience as you can? It's everybody's challenge nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. And the competition is real.
The NFL's all over it too. They're merging the two worlds.
Exactly. They're merging
the
with
rumors of the Super Bowl show this year. The ratings will be astronomical.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's going to do it?
That's the rumors I heard doing the halftime show.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
That'll break.
Dude, it'll break the internet.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's all changing, right? The NFL's this has already been reported that they're talking about turning the conference championship games into mini Super Bowls, holding them at neutral site fields or domes, and changing the nature of what those games are going to be, which I think is a terrible idea, but I don't know how you stop it. I don't know what, it seems like it's headed that way. So
you saw the story about the Super Bowl in London?
Yeah. Yeah. I was at the one 2 years ago when the Chiefs played the 49ers. I've spent the week in Vegas covering that. And the NFL didn't hide a thing about, hey, we're trying to broaden this globally. And a Super Bowl somewhere outside the continental United States is on our list. That's a target for us because they're looking around the U.S. and saying, how much more revenue can we squeeze out of this continent? We've got to broaden it. And because Lord knows we've got to make more money. We don't have enough money. And so, who knows what's coming down the pike in terms of where the Super Bowl is, how the playoffs are going to change. We're going to I remember saying this and having somebody laugh at me, a prominent voice in Philly sports, laugh at me. I said, we're going to get to the point where there's an NFL game every day of the week. And they were like, forget it. It'll never happen. Well, look at the schedule this season, guys. We practically do.
That was my plan, the Gargano plan. I said this 10 years ago that I want that. All right. I want football every day of the week. That I love.
But the only thing is, Ant, you run the risk of taking away what is one of the NFL's greatest strengths, which is scarcity. It's just the one game a week. There's the buildup.
Except the nature of the schedule, right? There's still only going to be, even when they go to an 18-game schedule, there's still only going to be 18 of them. It's still only going to go from, September through February. So it's still the longest off season. So I don't know, I always thought it was foolish for the NFL to stack their games on Sundays. Like each of those games is inventory. So why not use them as such more than just red zone? Like I know you make a lot of money off red zone, but you can make even more money with streamers and everything else by, spread them out.
Yeah, I totally see your point. I'm just, maybe I'm too nostalgic. Like I missed Sundays at 1:00 and Sundays at 4:30. I just do.
I get it.
And I don't last season. If I watched one Amazon Thursday night game, take the over on that. I just, Jaguars Titans on a Thursday night does nothing for me.
You know what's funny? I don't think I missed one. I don't think I missed a Monday night or a Thursday night, or at least maybe not watch the entire game because maybe there was a function, school, or back to a game or whatever. But I will tell you, I watched a part of every primetime game. I watched just about every Sunday night game. I don't think I missed one.
Yeah, maybe I'm still getting past the flipping. It's like the joke Seinfeld make, right? Like, why do men flip? Men aren't looking for what's on TV. They're looking for what else is on TV. I'm still stuck in that mode.
Yeah, no, and I get it. Like, because sometimes there's a college game I want to watch too. Yeah. So I just use a different device.
Gotcha.
I think I watch every primetime game for NFL.
I mean,
I miss the morning ones. I don't do the Sunday mornings for the most part.
You don't do the European. You watch the European Sunday morning games?
If it's on, if I'm there and I'm not on my way to the link for a game, cover a game or something like that,
right.
Yeah, I'll put it on. My son really likes my older son, who's 14, really likes the Sunday morning games.
How old are your boys? 14 and
11.
Right, because we're close.
Yeah,
so I'm 15 and 12. Dude,
let me
ask you about the little one. Is he going through that 7th grade? You're an a-hole type of stretch.
The younger one is 11. He's going into 6th grade. And he is still very young looking for his age. And he's got this cute little froggy kind of voice. And my wife, Kate, and I talk about this all the time. We're like, if he could stay at this age, talking like the way he talks now for the rest of his life, that would be totally cool with us because it's freaking adorable.
I know. I miss that, man. Like my little one's going through it now, going through puberty.
Yeah.
He's such a jerk, right? This little mother father, he's coming off of practice. So we had practice yesterday. So he's playing linebacker, right? So we're all coming off the field. I'm like, dude, you got to read the play. Like you were slow off of reading the ball carrier, reading the play, and you should have made the tackle. Like you're fast enough to get there. Like you got to pay attention. It's why I keep going over the playbook with him, right?
I'm going to start calling you the Great Santini.
My cousins call me the Great Santini. I wasn't screaming at him, but I was like,
yeah.
Yo,
you were bouncing the basketball off his forehead, Ant. Come on, cop to it.
I was really just trying to. It was a teaching. It wasn't like a scold. Right. It was, dude, you got to read. You got to read the play. Like, but right off the bat, I know. Like you don't know, or else you would have freaking read the play, and you would have been able to take a better angle to the ball carrier.
I'm sorry. It's just, I can see you doing this to your son. And I can see, like, the mini-me Ant going right back at his dad. I'm sorry.
Oh, Mike, the big one has a better temperament, right? So he'll sit with me and we'll go over. Now he's in high school, right? So we'll go over his playbook and we'll look at where he should be. And I can say, oh, dude, watch this. Because they still don't love watching games. They watch, but they're not locked in. But I tell the big one, like, all right, you're an edge. You're playing edge. Like, look, see what's going on. Watch this play, whatever. The little one, I coach him in basketball, baseball, and football. I mean, I'm part coaching the other two.
Right.
I'm a head coach in basketball. And then the fights and battles that me and this kid have, oh my God.
You got to institute the rule that on the drive home from practice or the game, silence.
Yeah.
Absolute silence.
Yeah.
It took me a long time with my older son to get to that point where, it was just like, okay, hold it in. If he wants your advice, he'll ask for it, but don't offer it to him because you know where this is going to go and it ain't going to be good.
Yeah, wait, what do you talk? Silence from you or silence from your kid?
Silence from me.
You're asking for Ant to be silent on the way home?
I know. It's a big ask. It's a big ask, VG. I get it.
I had to learn that.
You do that? You practice that?
Yeah, I do. I can't. I don't bring it up unless it's egregious, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's
what's the bar for egregious?
There's an asterisk next to his. I do that.
I have one pet peeve, and it has nothing to do. I don't care if you strike out, you throw 7 picks. I don't care about that. I care about your attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So if I see a bad attitude,
Yeah.
that's what I get on them for. Like the other
Yep.
stuff I teach. Like to me, you're going to make mistakes. You're not going to be probably like, I don't care. Like I just want to teach you. Like you have the tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
But attitude, because I see like you strike out. Like, dude, first of all, you're not hitting a home run every time you're up, right? You're not if your team's winning, that's what matters, right? Like you got to help your other teammates, right? Another kid drops the ball. I don't want to see this or like that. I don't want to see you going after umps. Like you got to act right.
Mm-hmm.
And I battle with them.
Yeah, I've had this discussion with both of my kids about how it's not about you. Like, don't think that when you're doing an activity or playing a game, that everybody there who's competing or participating in the game or activity or watching is focused on what you're doing. Just do the very best that you can. If you mess up, that's okay. Like nobody's judging you for it. They're judging for how hard you play, how hard you try, and how you act. And that's it. And if you can get them thinking that way, that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly. All right, brother.
This concludes fatherhood lessons with Ant and Mike.
I know. You and I could go all day with this stuff. What do you got working on? What's the latest Rocky? What else is going on?
So I just polished off a chapter in Rocky. Really interesting stuff about the back and forth for how he got the script, how he got the green light to write the script. Right. The myth of Rocky is that he walked into the producer's office and bombed an audition for a part and was walking out and said, "Hey, I'm a writer too. If I write you something, will you look at it?" And they say, "Yeah, whatever." And he writes Rocky, and the rest is history. That is not at all what happened. There's a lot of reality that kind of has been hinted at over the years, but I'm kind of trying to put together about what he did to put himself in a position to write Rocky, including like reneging on an option that he had written another script that had an option on it, and Stallone had to get out of that in a way to be able to write Rocky, to be allowed to write Rocky.
Wow.
So there's that. And then the next chapter I'm diving into is Chuck Wepner. And
that's good.
Yeah, I got a long
Bayonne Bleeder.
Bayonne Bleeder. I went up to his apartment in Bayonne and spent a morning with him. And I've got a really revealing email from Stallone about Wepner and Rocky Marciano and the inspiration for Rocky, for the character. So that's the next chapter I'm working on.
Oh, that's awesome. I've been loving it. Loving this whole thing. You're the greatest,
Thanks.
buddy. We love our Wednesdays with you. You know that.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Be
buddy.
good.
The great Mike Sielski. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's take care of some business. We got a brain hang coming. A brain hemorrhage.
Brain freeze.
Yes, about to happen on it. We love them. Let's talk about our friends. Did we do that? There we go. Let's talk about Xfinity and the 5-year price guarantee. Look, life's unpredictable. The price of your internet should not be. No. Get a reliable price for a reliable connection. All in means all in. Get Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data included. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. All right, now change always happens.
Mm-hmm.
Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, movies are remade, bands and artists come and go, athletes are traded. But you know what? No matter what changes in 5 years, the price of your internet will stay the same. Same.
That's perfect. 5 years. I like being locked in, know what I'm going to spend.
Right.
Like
you
it.
talk about budget.
Yeah, I like it.
You never know when you have to go out and...
The price of stuff these days, it's nice to know. This is going to be what's cost me. I'm good.
That's exactly it, man. Learn more, and I urge you to, at Xfinity.com. That's right, Xfinity.com. Restrictions apply to residential customers. Only tax and fees extra, subject to change. All right, now let's talk about Parks Casino. Street Road, Ben Salem. Let's see what we got. I asked
You
for
do some afternoon drinking and eating cheap today up there.
Oh yeah, dollar dogs.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
We should
dollar
be up
dogs
there
in the
for-
afternoon.
Today would be the day to go.
We should be up there
Nice
for one of those
afternoon.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We should be up there for one of those days. All right. Listen, we love our music and excited to tell you who will be rocking the Excite Center. That's right. Located in the Philadelphia burbs, Ben Salem, Street Road, Ben Salem. Just hop, skip, and a jump from anywhere. So here we go. Saturday, September 6th, UB40.
Red wine.
How about Australian Pink Floyd, September 20th?
Hey, you out there on your own, sitting naked by the phone. Would you touch me?
Wow, that's awesome.
We did some rehearsals this morning.
I like it. That was excellent. I give you guys, that was good. How about it, Joey? That was good. September 26th, the Revivalists.
Wish I knew you when I was young. We could have got so high.
October 4th, Kansas.
Oh, yeah. I closed my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone.
That's good, man. That was good stuff. The Psychedelic Furs with Gary Newman.
Ah, pretty in pink, isn't she? Pretty in pink.
October 24th, Everclear, Sparkle and Fade.
Father of mine, tell me where have you been?
October 25th, Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen.
We are the champions,
My friends.
Saturday, November 15th, Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers.
Wait, that Bill Murray?
Yes, that Bill Murray. And Friday, December 19th, Aaron Lewis.
Nice.
There you
Aaron
go.
Lewis.
Stained. They swapped it.
Yeah, I'm out of loop now.
Yeah. Tickets at
Forget what that song is
parkscasino.com. You got to be 21. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Uncle Frank, Josie the dog asked me for earmuffs. I don't think so, man.
Because of the singing? Come on,
Come
Uncle
on.
Frank.
I thought the singing was spot on. You know what's spot on? The brain.
Brain. Red, the brain finder.
On the Xfinity
Laying
mobile
down?
hotline.
Lying down?
I'm laying down, man.
Where you at, Lowe's Brain?
With his Wimbledon hat on.
Yeah, I'm in Margate. I'm in
Oh,
Margate.
nice.
Yeah.
What is
yeah.
that? You are laying down? Are you really laying down?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's funny because I normally would be
Still
like,
exhausted from the move-in.
Is that the
Actual-
headrest to your
actual-
bed?
Yeah, it is, man. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. I got the
Laying
headrest
in
here.
bed.
Brain is in
Sprawling
bed.
out.
The brain's bed.
That's classic, cuz. Classic. You are classic, buddy. You are.
Hey, man, you know.
You're
what
a
can I say?
character. You are a great
I
character.
try. I was gonna go outside, but it was too wet.
Yeah,
So,
it's a miserable day. But down the shore, once in a while, a rainy
yeah.
day's not bad.
Nah, totally
Oh,
agree.
yeah,
Good
Anthony,
rainy day
before I
at the
forget,
beach.
I got to ask you a question. I have one of my high stakes football leagues, and it's called a slow draft, which means they give you like hours between picks. They give you a little time to think about it. I picked 23rd. I had the second pick, so I picked 23rd now. AJ Brown's still on the board. Is he? How bad hurt is this hamstring? Do you have any idea?
Fine. He's fine.
Okay, that's all I needed
there's
to
no
hear.
worry. There's no worry with the hamstring.
Okay, listen, I appreciate that, my friend.
Who-
Okay,
who,
I think I'm gonna take him.
Who are you looking at? AJ and who else?
Well, the other guy who was still there, which I'm surprised he's still there, though actually I like Kittle just as much, but Brock Bowers usually goes more like mid-second round. He's still there at 23. There's really no top running, but the top running backs available were like Kenneth Walker and James Cook. Not like basically every pick I thought was kind of quote unquote sharp. Wide receiver wise, it was Jackson Smith and Jigma, T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown.
Who's your first pick?
I picked second. I try to mix them up. if I can, like when I have like the top picks as opposed to like my sleeper picks, I want to take that guy on every team. Like if I have a guy like in round 7 or 8, I try to take him in every league. But I took Bijan Robinson second.
Wow, I like it. Yeah,
Chase
I think
went
he's going to
first.
have a great year. Who went first?
Chase goes first in every league.
Okay.
He's a consensus number 1 pick. Consensus.
And then
he goes. Bijan usually goes second almost every time.
Yeah.
And then it's usually Lamb or Barkley or Gibbs. Those guys usually go like 3, 4, 5, and then maybe Jefferson 6, and then you get to like McCaffrey and Genty, guys like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
And then
want
usually
McCaffrey. I got no interest in McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey will not be on any of my teams this year. Interesting stat. One of my buddies who writes for the Athletic was saying he's miles per hour when they track how fast you run went from 21 to 17 last year. Again, now for me it would go from like 3 to 2, but from like a guy like Christian McCaffrey, that's a pretty big drop down to me. I just don't need it. And look, it's just usually these running backs. Usually, I don't know. It's hard to like have that crazy longevity without getting hurt. But yeah, I'm not going to be taking McCaffrey.
Is this the Bitcoin League?
No, I got that one later. No, this is a different one.
Bitcoin's a bit expensive these days.
It is a bit expensive. That's why. Yeah, you're not lying, man. You're not lying.
It's like double from last year.
Yeah, it's exactly. So it's I have to pony up. But yeah, I haven't gotten my pick in that league yet. But yeah, basically again, Jamar Chase is a consensus number 1 pick. And then look, we'll see. We'll see how that, if he can do what he did last year. He won the Triple Crown with Burrow. He won every category: touchdowns, yards, and catches.
Who since we're on the subject, who do you guys maybe you like, guys you don't like?
Well, McCaffrey would be again. When I say I don't like him, it doesn't. I mean, obviously he's a Hall of Fame player, right?
No. We're just talking about this year's draft.
Yeah. I am fading Christian McCaffrey very, very hard. He's like a hard fade for me. He will not be again on any of my teams. It's interesting. I don't know if I'm going to be taking Justin Jefferson anywhere. And I like the Vikings, and I want McCarthy to be good.
Man, you were high on these Vikes.
Yeah, but
I am. I think Vikings are going to be good.
Jefferson with McCarthy, with JJ.
I think the Vikings are going to be good, but there's enough good players in that 5th area, like Saquon Barkley or CeeDee Lamb or Gibbs or whatnot. Where
I like Gibbs, dude. I'm a Gibbs fan. I love player. Gibbs because he catches the ball. He's such a great route runner.
Phenomenal player. Like again, I just and it's funny. Like just when I watched the games last year, the 4 running backs who I just thought were like, forgetting fantasy, but the guy that I just thought were great were obviously Barkley, Henry, Gibbs, and believe it or not, I put Bucky Irving in that category. Which
I do too. I love Bucky Irving.
He to me, when I saw him, I had no idea he was that dynamic of a player. He's like, dare I say, Barry Sanders like.
I'm a huge Bucky Irving guy. Yeah, I love Bucky.
Yeah,
Irving.
I don't remember being that great in college, and it's funny. The things I wish I could go back and look at. I want to see Markelle Fultz in college. Like, is it possible he was actually good? And I want to see Bucky Irving. I'm like, how did I miss how good he was?
He was.
I don't know.
I mean, I remember Bucky Irving in college. I remember watching him.
But I don't remember him being like.
Not now.
No, when I watched him last year, I thought he was like.
Yeah, I agree.
Dynamic. Yeah, dynamic. And I just don't recall him thinking him in that ilk. Yeah. But now when I watch him, I'm like, oh my God, the guy is is as good as anyone to me.
Hey, Brian, would you fade Nakua with his injury history and Stafford right now?
Well, it's funny. VG, great question. Look, I actually love Nakua. Like I think he's a great player. But you made a very good question there, a very good point. You said Stafford. When you're buying a receiver, guys, you're really tied to the hip at the quarterback, right? I mean, it's like they're almost Siamese twins. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can trust Stafford to be healthy. Like, again, in that area where you can pick guys where Nakua's going, there's guys like Drake London, there are guys like Nico Collins, there are guys like Brian Thomas, guys like maybe Malik Neighbors. Do I need to pick him above those guys, knowing that, Stafford is a big injury risk? My answer would be no. Now, again, if all those guys are gone, then I would consider taking Puka Nacua. But again, just I always say when these injuries happen again with Stafford, I don't know. I mean, it's older, that back, someone who's had a bad back, not comparing myself to a professional athlete, obviously, but I've had back surgeries, I've had back issues, I've had to do a lot of things with my back. And especially the older you get, it's not a fun thing. And I just hope he's okay, like, personally, because it's very, anyone who's had a bad back knows how hard it is.
Who do you love? Like, because there's a couple guys that's good. Like, I love. Speaking of the Niners, like I love Pearsall. I think like he's going to.
Pearsall's one of my top guys. I love Anthony. There's a lot of receivers I like. Again, as I said, you don't need me to tell you that Saquon Barkley's good, right? You don't need me to tell you, that I think Jamar Chase is pretty good. You don't need that. But what I would say is, like Pearsall, the guy to me. There's a lot of receivers I like. Pearsall is one of them. Where I think Pearsall really is going to be 1,000-yard receiver this year.
Yeah, I do too.
And he's usually going like in that 6-7 area in rounds, and I think he's going to. Another guy I like. And again, it comes down to the quarterback. I know he hasn't played great in the preseason yet, or even good, but I'm going to be all in on Calvin Ridley. He's probably going to be right up there as my most owned receiver because I like the quarterback. I think he's going to be good, and I think Ridley's going to go back to having one of those years he had with the Falcons back in the day.
I like that. I like that pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah, I like Jacoby Myers very, very much.
Yeah.
I think Myers last year had 1,000 yards with below average quarterback play. Geno Smith's not great, but it's a massive upgrade over what they had. And again, these are guys that are going late. This is a guy you can get in like the 7th, 8th round, where if you were to tell me he would put up the same stats as DK Metcalf, who goes 3 or 4 rounds earlier, I'd be like, yeah, I think he's going to. And then quarterback wise, again, I know anything I told you before. Trevor Lawrence will be my team mascot this year. I will have him in virtually every team I do because I think he's a chance to be the best quarterback in the league this year from a fantasy perspective in terms of throwing yards. I mean, not the running, but he's playing with Cohen, the coordinator. Even Baker had a lot of rushing yards.
Plus, their defense isn't good, so
it's a recipe to me. If he can't do it this year,
right,
then I'm like, okay. Look, it happens. Again, I'm not comparing him to Jamarcus Russell, but I think he's still good. I actually still think, again,
I agree
not
with
only
you.
not writing him off.
I mean, my eyes can't be that off with the kids.
That's what I think.
And I think their defense is bad. So from a fantasy standpoint, I think he puts up big numbers.
I think it's a perfect situation for, again, he goes like the 15th round. Again, it's like in bingo when you put the free square. It's a free square. It's not costing you anything. You're getting him for free. So I'm not taking guys like Burrow and Lamar and Josh Allen, who I get it. Don't let me explain to me. They're great players, but those guys are going like the 3rd, 4th round. I'd rather take, another really good player, running back or receiver, and take my chances that I'm going to be right on Trevor Lawrence as having a pretty good year that you can get him really, really at the end of the draft. And running back wise,
hey, real quick, Brain.
Yeah.
We are hanging with the Brain on the Xfinity Mobile hotline as we now enter overtime. OT, baby.
Oh, OT, man.
OT. We're in overtime. We start with running backs. What do you like in running backs?
Again, a guy that I don't mind drafting them both because he goes very late. I like Tyrone Tracy, and I don't mind drafting Scadaboo also. Again, we've talked about the Giants, and again, this is a team that I'm just gonna. Now it's gonna be like this one of these things where if they're 0-17, I'm gonna be laughed out of the stadium, but I'll take my chances. I think the Giants are gonna be much better than people think, and I actually think to start the year, as long as Scadaboo is out, I think Tracy's gonna be right there as good as these running backs. You heard me say it. I think he's gonna get 20 carries, 100 yards to start out the year. Now, again, when Scadaboo comes back, that can obviously change because I really do like Cam Scadaboo. But I think both those running backs are actually going to be productive and worth taking. I think that Jalen Warren is underrated. I know a lot of people think the rookie is going to be all that in a bag of chips from Iowa, and he may be, Johnson. But I personally think that Warren's a good player, and I think that he's going to show he's a good player, and he's going very, very late. I think, look, Najee Harris had unfortunately that fireworks incident with his eye, Anthony. I'm a big Hampton fan. I think he's like really, really good. And I think that he has a chance to. He's going higher and higher and higher, but I think
Hey,
he's going
by
to
the
be
way,
good. And I
because
think
Harbaugh's going to run him.
exactly, and I think Travion Henderson.
Yeah, he's
As someone
legit.
who hates Ohio State. I used to watch those games last year and never understand. He was to me a zillion times better than Judkins was, and he got less carries, but he was 1,000 times more productive. And then you watch him in the preseason; he just looks like a different kind of player. I think he's going to be good too. I do. I think he has a chance to be a very productive rookie, but his ADP has been shooting way up. But I think he's going to earn it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. All right, buddy. Anything today in baseball?
Give you two things. One of the most consistent pitchers in baseball has been Drew Rasmussen, Anthony. They made his over under today because the Yankees hit 19 home runs yesterday, 2.5 earned runs. Drew Rasmussen, 16 starts, his last 16 starts has gone under 2.5 runs, 14 of 16 times, and he never really goes past five innings, sometimes 6, but usually 5, sometimes even 4. They don't throw him a lot of pitches. I don't think the Yankees are going to score 3 runs. I don't. Again, 14-2. And
I like that. My only thing would be the only issue that you face, because I think you're right, is that freaking ballpark is just.
But he's pitched in that ballpark all year.
No, I know, but it's still the Yankees
Yeah,
get
it's a home run
runs,
haven,
and they could get that'd be the only way you lose is if you lose on there's 2 on.
Well, they have a lot of
somebody
ways.
hits a home run.
Yeah, and that certainly can happen. But again, he's pitched there all year, and again, I just think there's a better chance he gives up 2 than gives up 3. And then the only straight game I bet, guys, and I lost 2 days ago. Man, he didn't get out of the second inning with Logan Gilbert, but I just think today's game is just Phillies obviously scored 30 runs these last couple of games. I don't think Luzardo should be this big of a favorite. I took $1.40 with Luis Castillo. Do I think the Phillies will win? Yes. Do I think the Phillies should be favored? Yes. Do I think they should have been taking 7-5? No, I don't. I think this game is more like a 55-45 game where maybe I should be taking more like $1.20, taking $1.40. It's all again, Anthony, just about the math. While I do think the Phillies will win, I don't think they win. I think the Mariners go at least 5-7, which case means plus 140 is a worthwhile bet. It's a come on, regular season Phillies game. Come on, guys.
Come on, man.
Playoff game. I'll take
They're
the
gonna
boost.
rock
I'll take the
Castillo today.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
They
with
may.
you.
Castillo
I
has
don't
horrible
like that
splits.
a little. I really don't like that bet. I mean, listen, you're the pro, but I don't think 140 is worth.
Bad.
When looking at the game, the way the Mariners have been striking out and not been able to barrel up, and the way some
of these Phillies hit Castillo.
Well, that's the other thing. I don't think Castillo is good. Like I don't trust him. And you saw the lifetime stats; they rock Castillo.
Yeah, well, it's funny. The other bet I almost came close to doing was betting over in the game because I think both teams are going to score some runs.
I can see, yeah.
I like both teams score 4 runs. It gets to 9, and I think the total was 8.5.
Yeah,
and I think both teams will. Well, the Mariners hit so many home runs, and the Phillies obviously can tag Castillo. Maybe that is the better bet. Maybe I'll add to that because if the Mariners score 4 runs, I can't lose both ways. And I really do think the Mariners will score. I just don't trust Luzardo. It's consistency. He always has that one inning where he seems to just get in trouble.
No, you're right. I mean, I hear you on that.
One game that jumped out at me was the Royals Rangers. Rangers started out as a favorite, -120, and now Royals are -115, I think.
Well, because what's his name's not pitching, DeGrom. DeGrom got scratched.
So
that's why.
I'm leaning Royals today.
Well, Cameron's been great. Cameron has been really, really good, VG. He's had a terrific rookie season.
He's he's a lefty. He's
pitched really well.
He's good. I love Cameron.
Yeah, he's pitched really, really well for them. He's been very consistent. But look, again, we'll see. But I was actually waiting to see who the Rangers pitch because I actually was considering betting the Royals VG because I really do like the way Cameron has pitched this year. He's been so consistent. Every game has been good.
He's good. I'm a Cameron fan. I like him. How about the Orioles, man? They have a never-ending list of prospects. That catcher is going to be a player.
Yeah, Sammy.
Yeah.
He's a top 5 prospect. You know, it's funny. I do give this team credit. Like that was my biggest investment was they're under this year, and it's going to win. It's going to win. It's going to win easily. But they've actually, I will give them credit for they lost all their starting pitchers for the year, and they're still fighting hard and playing respectfully, despite really having no pitching at all.
Yeah, listen to this. Listen to this
And
split. They started out 16 and 34. I just saw it this morning. 16 and 34 start. They're 43 and 33 since. Kind of turned around their season a little bit.
They have. Well, there was a lot of cushion when you're taking under 92, under 91, under 90, but they're certainly not going to get anywhere near there. But maybe they do get close to 80 wins, which would be, considering where they started off, that's pretty impressive. Because that's. I mean, they really did start off really, really poor. And again, I do give them credit. They've done a pretty nice job of at least finishing strongly and hopefully giving some optimism for the 2026 season.
I like this time of the year in baseball because you get a lot of prospects. Like you get a lot of kids coming up.
I love it.
So I love all that stuff. Like there's
a kid in Chicago.
Which one?
He filled in for Tucker.
The Cubs.
Casey or Casey.
Yeah.
They called him up. Yeah, they called him up. Yeah, look
I like the kid Kessel from the Twins. He's good.
He's hitting. What's he hitting? Like 400?
Yeah.
He's hitting really well.
He just rocks the ball.
I'm just hoping, Anthony, that my Reds get in the playoffs. I think they're one game behind the New York Mets. And I'm just hoping they can get in. Although it's a shame they lost Chase Burns, which was a shame, but they did get Hunter Green
pitched well last night.
He did. And
9-10 strikeouts.
Abbott is now 3rd in the league in Cy Young voting. So they have him, and if Chase Burns were to come back, that actually would be a team, believe it or not, if they made the playoffs. I actually think would be pretty scary if Chase Burns were to come back and if they were to make the playoffs, because they'd have 3 dynamic arms, and they could be a team that could cause more fits than people would probably think.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The Mets to me aren't a team I fear. Like I don't think the Mets have to make a long postseason run. The
Mets stink. They're the most overrated team. The rotation blows.
Yeah,
I hate that rotation. I hate Minaya. I hate Peterson. They stink. That team stinks.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. They've been a little unlucky when you really think about it, though. Like if I were to tell you that Juan Soto would be hitting 252. I guess that was Mookie Betts too, right? That's baseball. The only sport in the world, like in basketball, we would never see LeBron James, average like 14 points in a year, right? I'm talking about like a 30-year-old LeBron James, not Juan Soto who's in his prime, who's a 300 hitter, or Mookie Betts, who's theoretically not old, hitting 230 for a guy who's a career 320 hitter or whatever he is. You know what I mean? You get that in baseball, though, right? It's the beauty of it. You never know. And you never see that ever in the other sports. But, man, in baseball, it can be maddening. But I agree. The Mets pitching, they did it last year. They did it, against the Phillies. It was so frustrating watching these guys seemingly turn into Steve Carlton and Tom Seaver. And they did. But now, again, they really don't seem to have much of anything. And I agree. If this team does make the playoffs, which I don't know if they're going to, I really think that would be the team I'd hope and pray the Phillies can play in a rematch, because I think they would smoke them.
Yep. All right, brother. Great stuff as always, man. Great hanging with you.
Appreciate you guys.
Pal.
Be good, guys.
From his bed.
I get the best you laid there. I like the. I like that.
Come on, Ray. You sit up at least.
Classic.
Unless his back's hurting him. If his back's hurting him, lay down. You got to do what you got to do. Bad back's a bad thing.
All right, buddy. What do you think? Time for some.
You want to do some nugs?
It's up to you. If you want to save a couple, or you want to
we can do some nugs.
It's up to you.
I don't know. We're running late. Yeah, let's do some nugs.
BT's Nugs. Nugs. It's the time for BT's Nugs. BT's Nugs. Nugs.
All right, this was a fun one. Matt Leinart. His family's sitting around. Who we were talking this morning. Frazier doesn't know who Matt Leinart is.
No. You don't know who Matt Leinart is?
I said it as a joke.
Yeah, sure he
BG, 'cause I
did.
said this would be me.
Yeah, sure he did. So Matt Leinert's sitting around in his I think he's
Tell
at
we don't know who Matt Leinart is.
no
idea.
Matt Leinert's sitting at like a table in his house doing some work or something, and his son asks Alexa who Matt Leinart is.
No.
Yeah, the answer is fantastic.
Who's Matt Leinart?
From Sports.com. Matt Leinart was a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback at USC and a top 10 NFL draft pick, but his pro career didn't amount to much.
He's a top 10 NFL draft pick. His pro career didn't amount to much. He's like, really? Like, really?
Yikes. Oh well.
His pro career didn't amount to much.
It's awesome.
He's like, seriously, dude? Like,
Yeah, burned by Alexa.
yeah. There's big news coming around with the MLB rights. You see this deal?
No. A lot of money.
Apple is out. No more Friday night Apple games. NBC Peacock will have Friday and Sunday exclusives.
I love Peacock going baseball.
And they will get the wild card games.
I love that.
Netflix gets the home run derby.
Yeah, I saw that.
And this I don't love. MLB TV being sold to ESPN for a boatload of cash.
Wow, they got NFL Network. Now they got MLB TV.
Yeah, you know why? It just got announced, I think today, I just read. They're starting the ESPN streaming, so you won't need a cable package to get ESPN.
No, ESPN.
It's $30 a month.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much.
I actually like it because here's why I like it. It's every sport, every game, and it's one place.
If it's all in one place, that's great. But if I have to get this subscription to watch this, to get this subscription
Let's go
to
through
watch
this
that.
because
all right, so
Inquirer
like,
broke
I'm
it
out on
down
that.
for Philly sports fans. If you have no cable, you just have Wi-Fi and you're going to stream. Eagles to watch every game.
Oh, wait, this is a tomorrow
Yeah.
topic.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, all right. We'll
Yeah,
get
we
into
got-
tomorrow.
Yeah, I got a lot to say about
Yeah,
this.
all right.
Dude, yeah, I didn't even know you had this.
This is
Like,
okay.
this is
It's fine.
gold.
Yeah. All right, all right, all
I
right.
I got a lot of thoughts on this.
All right. Here's one that was
This is
fun.
one of my favorite things in the world is sports television.
We got some friends of the program on Twitter last night. A little back and forth over Topper taking Sanchez out. Celeste Bowen, he put up a tweet that says, Topper with Nola pitching. Geez, let's see if the next 8 guys all get hits. Topper with Sanchez pitching. He walked a guy. Oh, my God. And then David Murphy later on tweets out, the most dishonest discourse in the world is about Rob Thompson handling his starters in late innings. Les retweets that and says, oh, yeah? Well, looky here, Mr. John Locke, Age of Reason. I'm sitting in a bar and I feel like blaming Topper. That's what Les said. I'm
Mr. John Locke and Age of Reason. Les is a snarky motherfucker.
Yes, he is.
I'm on Team Murphy.
I agree with you, man. I totally agree. I'm sitting in a bar and I feel like blaming Topper.
He's David Murphy is so right that you're at that pitch count, you need to preserve Sanchez, and he's your ace.
Yes.
Because
the one game they pitched him a little too long. He came back and had a bad outing. You gotta you gotta watch it with these guys. Aubrey Plaza, she's from Wilmington. She was at a Lynx Liberty WNBA game, sitting on the sidelines on the court side, rocking a shirt that people are liking. It says, Philly is a woman's sports town. Out there giving Philly some love.
Who's that?
Aubrey Plaza. You know her?
No.
Oh, she's one of the
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. She was on the
Philadelphia
HBO show Wilmington, Delaware. She's on the
She's on White Lotus.
White Lotus.
Season 2.
Oh yeah, I remember from White Lotus.
Yeah.
Right. She was. They were the yuppie couple.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's pretty.
She's from Philadelphia?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the area.
The area.
She's
Delaware.
always repping and rocking
that's
Philly.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wilmington, Delaware.
I love that.
Yeah, showing a little excitement for the WNBA team coming here. I want to know what you
Speaking of WNBA,
Here
just bring up one thing.
what?
What's her name? Who's the girl got hurt?
Caitlin Clark?
No.
Sophie Cunningham?
Sophie Cunningham. Off the cheap shot.
Mm-hmm.
And the devil grin.
Oh, the girl who did it to her? The woman who did her?
my
Yes.
God, it was like the grin of the Joker.
Yeah, yes.
That, first of all, that league, and her a bunch of thugs.
Dude,
that
it's
league.
every
They hate
morning
each other.
there's highlights of thugging now going on in that league.
Those girls hate each other.
Dude,
They do
Like,
hate
they
each
hate
other.
each other.
Dude, that is just it's so unwatchable sometimes. Like, what the hell? They're just horrible.
The fouls in that league are out of control.
Like crazy.
Yes. All right, Wrigley Field. They caught a guy in the stands. I don't know. I want to know how you feel about this, Ant, because I kind of can relate to this guy. Especially, I'm going to a day game today. They caught him. He's in the stands, working on his
How
laptop.
do you relate to this guy?
Because sometimes I got work to do. I'm going to day baseball. The guy's got his laptop out and a mouse while he's at the game.
How badly do you want it? Did you bring your mouse? You better bring your mouse. And then there's only one. How's this working? There's only one question. Is this guy doing work, or my other thought is he's going over fantasy football draft?
Violation or no violation?
That's a stone violation.
What if he can't? What if he just told his boss he's working, but he's at the game? He's got
Dude.
stuff to do.
You don't work at the game unless you're there writing or covering the team or whatever. That's different. You don't take a laptop and a mouse to a game.
Yeah, the mouse is way over.
The mouse is a little overboard. I'll give you that.
Use the
I mean,
touchpad.
God forbid you can't do the work on the iPad.
Well, I mean, I have to do
Like, what work is it?
Sometimes if you do sometimes I'll have to do high end graphics. The mouse is nice on the graphic work. Like if there's a deadline or something coming up, the iPad's a little tough. I don't know. At first I was like this guy, but then I was like, this guy probably couldn't get off work. Something come up. He wants to go do the game.
I don't know. It's a little bit dramatic having a mouse and a laptop.
The mouse is a little bit
It's
much.
dramatic.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's finish up the Nugs with a little. You can't go wrong with Jerry Jones. This is what he doesn't have.
I'm often asked the question, why don't I hire a general manager? I've had people that said, Jerry, you subject yourself to so much criticism. You need a buffer. I don't like it like that. I like the pain.
I like the pain.
Dude, everything
Jerry's
about
a
this. The
masochist.
lighting,
Yeah,
the music.
yeah.
This is all set up.
Oh, yeah, he wants to be.
There's nothing casual
He
conversation.
wants to be Dracula.
Yeah.
I like the pain.
Yeah.
I like the pain.
Masochist.
Yeah, the way they got the camera right close up on him, and the one
I
before
don't
there's
want
like
a
a
buffer.
glow behind him.
I like the pain.
Strange.
Here's your pain. The Eagles 38, the Cowboys nothing.
National TV. Start
All
the
right.
season off.
Here's your pain. Got plenty of pain. You got no Micah? We got the pain for you. All right, last thing, back in the day.
I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going back in the day with Truman. Oh yeah!
All right, whenever I catch a clip, I can't resist a Charlie Steiner clip. I don't know why. I love Charlie
I'm
Steiner.
a Charlie Steiner fan.
Yeah.
I like some Charlie.
So-
Charlie Steiner.
On this day, 1990, Lenny Dykstra gets into it with Rick Dempsey. Veteran Rick Dempsey, like 13, 14 years older than him.
Last night, Rick Dempsey, at the ripe old age of 40, gave away 13 years. He got into it with 27-year-old Lenny Dykstra of the Philadelphia Phillies. Happened in the top half of the seventh inning. Dempsey says Dykstra was unhappy at being called out on strikes in his previous at-bat that you see here. And the
wad of
Philly center
tobacco.
fielder was taking out his frustration on the home plate umpire, Ron Barnes. And Dempsey got up. He took off, and there we go. The bench is cleared, and is usually the
Dykstra,
case
man.
in baseball.
Nice
Free-for-all,
takedown.
no one
Yeah.
I
returns,
mean,
but
Dempsey threw the
everybody
first
had a
punch.
lot of
Dykstra
fun.
with a nice takedown. It was a 2-point takedown in high school.
Yeah,
wrestling.
well, yeah, Dykstra was ready to go, man. Lenny.
That wad of
Doing it with
shoot.
the wad in.
Wad of
too.
shoot.
How's he not throwing up
Yeah,
doing
can
that?
we fighting with a rod of chip? With a wad of
That's a
chip?
massive amount.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like doing anything athletic with a giant wad like that.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
God. Puke.
All right, that's going to do it for us, everybody. Have a great day. We love you. Go Phils. Go Birds.
We all silly like the mayor.